fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Smith's lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh inside, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe. I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Smith's lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, a corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat. Recycling words, no fresh inside, but we break through the noise and bring the fight. We're hot and salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. If you're tired of fake, if you're done with the spin, join the fight, let the real talk begin. We're here for the truth, no need to hide, so make sure to like and subscribe.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Wow, 17 viewers already. That's actually really good. I did not think we are going to open up with that many. You guys were waiting for me. Sorry, I'm late, guys. I really am sorry. So, we have Sea Stars Piplup. Hey, AVG, how's it going? His morning salty friends. Exactly, Water Demon Girl. Oh, you finally got a profile picture. Good job there. We got Dustin Townsend. RE9 is fire. Oh, I'm so jealous. I will eventually get to it. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Oh, I think we did. I know I had one. I had a very interesting night. Let me tell you, I found out about some stuff. Good morning. C-Stars Pipple saying good morning to everyone. Oh, you are in trouble with Gara after that poorly researched video on New York's attack on Valve and the gaming industry at large. When I say I'm really in trouble, trust me. There, Dustin Simon AEU. Trust me, I saw that one. Don't you worry. Oh, don't worry. That video will come out Thursday, and you can say I'm in trouble all you want. Trust me, I watched the whole reaction. The thing is, never once did he prove anything I said was false. Variety Matt Media, what's up there? There he is. Exactly. C Stars Piplup. How's it going? It's going great. I was up all night making a few videos for you guys. So I got my Pokemon presentation one coming out today on how I felt about that. Water Demon Girl, let's go. Yep, there we go. Dustin Townsend, 19. What is the 19 about? Hello there, Elemental Hero Shadow. Sorry guys again. I'm late. So sorry. Thanks, friends. There you go. Good morning there. Adriana Loveless. Hey, Angry Vigilante, don't focus on the news. Please focus on God and your family, Deborah. Well, Deborah, did you hear about some stuff or something? Is there something I need to know about? Oh man, you got to play this game. Oh, I will. Don't worry. I got so many games I'm trying to keep up with. I will eventually get to it. I promise. We got Deborah Wesbury. Good morning, Angry Vigilante. Good morning. Xbox is going to get worse the way I see it until it's proven otherwise. Well, Deborah, I agree with you, but I don't personally think that it's even part of the conversation anymore, or I don't believe Xbox is part of the conversation. And Nintendo said about $20 Pokemon. I don't understand what I got no problem with it. If you're talking about Nintendo, he was talking about coming from the NSO. Good morning, Vigilante, and God bless you and everyone in the chat. Good morning there, Vetful's excellent. Don't worry, we got a player essence one. I actually got the stuff going. Don't you worry. Alrighty. Yeah, I better hide the video so you guys can't see what's coming on up. So let me hold on real quick. Sorry. I need to get the thing set up. Let people on Twitter Twitter know that I am live streaming right now. Not a huge fan of Pokemon, but I thought the new one looked pretty good. Hey, it did not look too bad. I can't give you too much details. You guys got to go watch the video today. True Dosh fan. Hey, ABS, how are you? I'm doing great. Oh, great. We are starting off with the Cockroach Pikachu plush humper. Yes, we are. C-Stars Piplup. Trust me, it would not be a reaction day if it wasn't for him. You Harmon. Exactly there, Water Girl. Alrighty. Let's share. Where is it here? Wrong one. I need to grab the correct phone. I got two different phones. I got a work phone and I got my personal one. So I need to find my work one so I can share the live stream, let people know on X that we are live right now. There we go. Hold on. Almost there. Wait. What is it? Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Let's share. Go on X. Hi, yeah, Water Demon Girl. You might want to have to, especially since he says Harmon actually believes that GTA 6 is made for children. Who here actually believes that GTA 6 is made for children? I played RE9 and it was excellent. I am so jealous. Hide your Pokemon Plus. Oh, that's CR's Pip Up. You got that one going. We definitely need to hide that one. Alrighty. So let's get in to it, shall we? RE9 still not $70 price, but Resident Evil games always go on sale. That is very true.
So, to make this very clear, I have more experience than you. I know more about video games than you.
I seriously doubt that, Harmon. You're so full of shit. You do not know more about video games than us.
I was there. I can talk about this like rather extensively, possibly more.
I agree. Hyperstar Cage and Water Demon Girl. GTA 6 is not for kids. I absolutely agree. What the F? Absolutely not. Exactly.
Than any other individual on the planet.
Harmon, why the fuck you lying? You do not know more about anything that we know. Stop. You do not know more about what everybody else know. Now, the title of this video is the Wii U era was the best ever. And I mean, technically it was, because that was during the PS3. Or wait, was that the PS4? Okay, that was during the PS4. So yeah, it was a good era. I want to say it was the best ever. If we're gonna be technical, I would say the PS3 and the 360 was probably the best era.
Not only a successful video game console, it is one of the best video game consoles ever made.
It was not successful. The Wii U was a failure. I don't even think you said it, but I know that you're talking about that. It is not the greatest, most successful. That's a lie, Harmon.
It far surpassed the Switch.
No, it didn't. The Switch severely surpassed it. What the hell are you talking about? The Wii U did not surpass the Switch. What do you... Okay, I am so confused. Which video or what system are you talking about here?
Up until like the Switch had like a way longer lifespan and just kept getting games like...
Sure, it helped out when it was reported because it reported games, but it's not like the Switch was the first one to do that. How many of the Super Nintendo or N64 games were reported to the DS or the 3DS, Harmon?
After the 5-year period. You know, the Wii U had like more innovation, it introduced more new IPs, it had like a better like online, it had better online features, it had like...
What new innovation? What new IPs that were so successful, Harmon? Can you please tell us that did not, it took the Switch for a lot of them to become successful.
Free online, like the Wii U from an objective standpoint was a far superior console to the Switch. There's a reason.
That is a fucking lie. I think you're the only one that believes that one, Harmon.
Reason why everybody tries to deride the Switch for being like nothing but Wii U ports, because all of the best games were...
It was not nothing but Wii U ports, Harmon. Okay, no, the best games were not from the Wii U. The best game was a cross-gen game, which was Breath of the Wild. Wasn't even a port.
First released on Wii U. Like, the simple fact of the matter is, Wii U was far, 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 far beyond what anybody else in the industry has done before or since. So much so that...
Harmon, it is not far beyond. The only thing far beyond here is how that hairline keeps removing from your damn forehead. And my guy, what is the point of cutting the sides down and leaving the thing on top like that? That is not a good look. It is not covering up your terrible hairline, Harmon, no matter how much you try.
Most gamers can't even wrap their minds around how good this console actually is. Like, they weren't able to, like, even control Star Fox Zero. Okay, they didn't even know Tokyo Mirage Sessions existed.
Well, there's a reason Tokyo Mirage Sessions, no one knows about that game really. There's a reason why the Star Fox Zero has not been ported over yet. From what I heard, it was not that good of a game.
They never even heard of Devil's Third. They never played Fatal Frame 5.
Well, they must not have been hugely successful. If none of us have ever played them or heard of them, how are they this successful, Harmon?
Got to enjoy games like New Super Mario Bros. U, the single greatest 2D Mario platformer ever.
Oh yeah, because that game is so not on the Switch. You so cannot buy it and play it on there, Harmon. You're so correct. We did not get to experience the greatness of New Super Mario Brothers. We have it on the Switch, Harmon.
Until Super Mario Wonder took the crown, like, over a decade later. Like, the Wii U was a phenomenal console, but...
No, it was not. Sales say otherwise.
The problem with it, and the thing that I've started the entire channel for, actually, was just that At the time, game journals had complete control over gaming coverage and the news cycle. So what would happen is that Nintendo would announce crazy new games, crazy new features for the hardware, and the community would be confused. You know,
because they didn't do a good job explaining it. They didn't market it correctly. You could try to blame the game journals all they want to. Nintendo made a very piss poor business decision when it came to it.
like they announced the hardware, after months of speculation about them doing it, and the immediate reaction from the game journals was to create this weird narrative that like nobody knew whether or not it was a new piece of hardware or like an add-on
Harmon, no one knew it was a new piece of hardware. Most people thought it was an accessory.
or something. Like they completely misrepresented
Oh, we got Betty Confetti. How's it going there?
this very obviously new piece of hardware. Meanwhile, like the Xbox One, which was objectively far more confusing.
No, there was nothing confusing about the Xbox One. Okay, Phil Spencer made a very piss poor decision trying to make it contact or make you be online at all times just to play it. That was the reason why that thing didn't do that well, Harmon. Now, if they would have made that for the Xbox Series X, saying that you had to be online at all times, I don't think there would have been as much of a backlash on it.
Was announced and released with no issues, in spite of being overwhelmingly controversial. Like, the simple fact of the matter is that the Wii U was just this monumentally successful platform, this amazing thing.
It was not successful. The sales say otherwise, Harmon. These are the facts.
That was just completely and utterly downplayed by a corrupt gaming industry. This was coming in after the massive success of the Wii, in which the community also rallied to try and downplay. And it came out just before the Nintendo Direct started really becoming popular around 2015. Like, before that point, the Nintendo Direct model was seen as, like, pointless and just kind of a waste of everyone's time. Why?
Well, I mean, they're starting to get to that point again, Harmon. They're literally oversaturating those directs. We're starting to get direct fatigue at the moment. Okay, they're literally doing directs when they don't need to do directs.
Why would anybody want to see video games when they could go on IGN and see what they have to say about the trailers?
I mean, you could. Or you can, actually, I don't even think IGN's becoming that as popular as it once was. I think more people are starting to watch other content creators on their opinions.
Ever since the introduction of the Nintendo Direct, and that's very specifically what happened, game journals have not had the ability to downplay Nintendo games live.
Oh, thank you, Betty Confetti, for subscribing. Thank you so much.
Even in the hypothetical scenario in which Nintendo announces like Mario Tennis or something, and game
Which I will say, Mario Tennis Fever, actually a phenomenal game if you can get it at $50. You just have to wait to get it at $50.
journals try and come out and say like, oh, it's just another Mario Tennis game. Don't buy this. Like, what ends up happening is that the audience still.
Harmon, it's because it's too overpriced. It's too expensive. $70 is a very big asking point for a tennis game, especially one that doesn't have a good single player content.
Sees the game, they know it's coming out, like they go out and get it, and there's just nothing that journos can do to downplay it, right?
Is that why you're always complaining? Is that why you're always saying, oh, they're trying to downplay it?
It's this business model that led to like Tennis Aces becoming so successful. It's what led to games like Pikmin 4 being huge,
No. The reason why a lot of those games sold the way they did, Harmon, because they didn't have competition. They didn't have that third-party competition like they're going to have now.
Metroid Dread becoming huge. Like, Nintendo had.
Yes, because like I said, they had no competition. Metroid Dread, from what I've seen, is a phenomenal game, but it should not have been $60. 2D games should not be $60 or $70. Okay, if Nintendo would have had the major third-party support on Nintendo Switch, I don't think that game would have done as well.
Has the ability to just announce things directly to their audience, without getting filtered by game journals complaining about the graphics or complaining about the games not being adult enough or for not having voice acting or for like being too.
Oh, trust me, they're still dealing with that, Harmon. Just because they have their directs and they don't talk about it does not mean they don't deal with it.
Not story driven enough or not being as good as this as Gone Home. People forget that like IGN's Game of the Year 2013 was Gone Home. A lesbian.
Wait, what? I do not remember none of this, Harmon. How the hell do you remember this?
Simulation game. Like, again, it's
Again, what are you talking about, Harmon? What is Gone Home? Can someone please tell me what the hell Gone Home is?
it's shocking. Shocking, 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 shocking,
How many times are you going to say shocking, Harmon? Get the fuck on with it already.
shocking, shocking, shocking. The lengths people have gone to try and gaslight you into thinking the Wii U was a bad console, because the
There is no gaslighting. The sales numbers show that it wasn't a good console. That is something you're just going to have to accept.
simple fact of the matter is, people look back on that era and they see nothing but absolute gems. You know, Tropical Freeze is beloved.
That doesn't matter. It's not because of the Wii U. Yeah, they might have made them for the Wii U, but guess what? It took the Switch to make them successful.
Pikmin 3 is beloved. You know, New Super Mario Bros.
Most people don't even know those games came from the Wii U, Harmon. They think of them as the Switch era games, not Wii U era.
U is beloved. The Wonderful 101, Bayonetta 2.
Oh, you know it. The king of coping.
Like Super Smash Bros. 4, right? Mario Kart 8 is one of the best-selling games of all
Oh, we got Desire. How's it going? The Wii U was dog water. Exactly.
time now, right? The cope now is that, like, well, those games were only popular because of re-releases on the Switch, but the simple fact of the matter is that they launched on the Wii U, and they were developed for the Wii U. And
Irrelevant. And it took the Switch to make them more popular. So how can you say the Wii U era, it was the best when it wasn't even successful? You yourself even said in the beginning it was successful. It wasn't.
they made money for the Wii U. The Wii U was successful throughout its entire lifespan, by the way.
No, it wasn't successful throughout its entire lifespan. It was a failure. Nintendo themselves claim it was a failure.
It only had one unprofitable year ever, and that was due to, like, I think the double whammy of the 3DS not doing as well as it should have at launch either. So, the issue...
I am Desire. Okay, and it did not sell on the Wii U. Exactly.
was that this was...
Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Betty Confetti. Thank you so much. Make sure you put a message in there so I can read it off, Betty Confetti.
the period of time in which Nintendo hate was at its peak prominence, in which you had people who grew up in the 90s.
It wasn't Nintendo hate. It was criticism. Nintendo brought that on themselves.
Who grew up reading gaming journals, who believed all the game journal propaganda about how Nintendo only had Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and never really branched out or understood what the company actually does, and had this weird idea that, like, the hardware was underpowered, or that the gamepad needed to justify itself, and that
It did. Many people did not like that gamepad, Harmon.
had no third-party support, none of which was
It didn't really have any third-party support. It had in the very beginning, but you guys didn't buy them, the ones that had the Wii U.
ever true.
No, it didn't have third-party support, Harmon, except in the very beginning.
But, like, what we've seen since the Switch's release kind of demonstrates that the Wii U is the moment where Nintendo won the console war, specifically, not the Switch. Because what people don't understand about the Switch is that the third parties tried to do the same thing with the Switch, what they did with the Wii U, where they tried withholding third-party support. We still have not seen a COD on Nintendo hardware since the Wii U days. They tried to withhold third-party.
Okay, it had nothing to do with withholding. The Switch wasn't powerful enough, Harmon. It could not handle it. Do you remember the Hogwarts Legacy? It looked like shit.
Support. They tried to, like,
Oh, we got a $5 super chat from Desire. Thank you so much, man. I think Harmon had a stroke. His mouth is now talking but sounding out his words, and his lazy eye. Harmon, seek help. It might fix your delusions. I agree there.
like, pretend this console is underpowered and couldn't run these games, and that it wasn't successful, and that it wasn't a big boy console, and that it wasn't like
It wasn't successful. Now, was it a big boy console? Sure. It actually had some really good games. That's why they were very successful on the Switch 1. But that was Nintendo's fault.
successful, right? They tried very hard to meme that into reality, and what ended up happening was that, like, Mario Kart 8 got re-released, Breath of the Wild got ported, Mario Odyssey got released. Like,
Breath of the Wild, did you say it got technically it wasn't reported. It was a cross-gen game. Why do people keep saying it was reported? It was literally released the same day on the Switch that it was on the Wii U. It's not a report.
in this, like, you know, span of about, like, 3
I know, Desire. I'm not even trying to be mean when I say that, by the way. I get it. I get it. Trust me. It is fair criticism. I don't know if he had a stroke or not, but if you go back and watch his older stuff, he does not have a lot of the facial stuff that he has in this video.
Years, ending probably with Animal Crossing New Horizons release in 2020. Like, essentially, Nintendo had conquered the entire gaming space. There's just
Is that why it failed? Is that why the sales number said it couldn't even surpass the PS Vita?
nothing that the AAA space could do after that, because so many of them had
AAA space did just fine. It did just fine during the Switch. Without it, didn't need the Switch. Obviously, they all did just fine. Harmon
collapsed over the past decade. So many of them had become bankrupt. They had run all their most iconic franchises into the ground, and then
some of them did. Yes, I will give you that one. One of the rare times I will agree with you, Harmony.
Nintendo did something that I think a lot of other companies just refuse to do, is that make games on a budget. We're seeing.
Actually, I will agree. Two things in a row. Yes, they could take that. A lot of the developers need to learn to make games on budgets.
Today that a lot of people are coming out, spurging out about the way that Pokapia looks, or the way Tamagotchi Life looks, or the way Rhythm Heaven looks. And the simple reality of the matter is that Nintendo is making smaller games.
J Biggs, hey, I actually had a stroke and never said nonsense like that. I don't think the stroke is what caused that, but when you look how his eyes are and you look how his face drooping, that could have happened.
Games with smaller teams on a lower budget, and therefore don't have to sell as many units to be successful. That's the reality when you look at what's happening.
Harmon, we all know this. This is nothing new. How does this have anything to do with the Wii era being the best over budgets, man? That's not how that works.
In the general gaming space, what's actually happening here, the actual problem that we're seeing when it comes to
Mario 123, sup Angry Vigilante. I may not always agree with you, but I still like you, man. Unlike that clown Harmony. Oh, I understand, man. I understand.
Anti-Nintendo discourse is that the reason why people hyped up third-party games so much in the PS360 era was because
they were good. They had a lot of amazing third-party games, Harmon. You had the amazing Assassin's Creed games. You had the amazing Final Fantasy. Well, never mind. I'm going to take that one back. Final Fantasy 13 was not amazing. I take that one back. But there was a lot of amazing games for the PS3 and the 360 that were third-party, Harmon.
Graphics, story, and more realistic tones. So
yes, all that makes good. It's not always about realistic graphics, but they do help.
Essentially what they did was they made games higher and higher budget to try and compete, to try and stay relevant, to try and chase those elusive COD numbers. And eventually,
I don't really think it's the higher budgets. I really don't think are the graphics always. I think it's these big, vast open worlds. I think that's where a lot of them are getting those high budgets from. If you notice, a lot of Nintendo games, they don't have those massive open world games like a lot of the third parties do.
They just completely collapsed because more and more people began to realize that, Infamous Second Son isn't that fun.
It is fun. It was just the one that we didn't want. We wanted to see Cole more. We wanted more Cole. That was it. It was still a fun game, but it just wasn't as good as the other two Infamouses.
I don't enjoy playing it. The Last of Us isn't that fun. I don't enjoy playing it.
Yes, Last of Us is amazing. That the first Last of Us still has the greatest story in any video game in history, Harmon.
BioShock isn't that fun.
I've never played BioShock, but I've been told a lot of amazing things about BioShock.
Enjoy playing it. Portal isn't that fun.
Never played Portal.
I don't enjoy playing it, and
Harmon, you don't really enjoy playing anything. I don't even think you enjoy playing I don't think you really enjoy playing Nintendo games, because how many times do you switch those game outs? We'll see you pop in Elden Ring and play for hours before you turn it off. But how many times have we caught you playing a Nintendo game and then you switch to a new one in 30 minutes to an hour?
That eventually that began to snowball to the point where companies were putting billions of dollars into games like Destiny, thinking that they were going to be the next big thing, only for them to completely just
billions of dollars in what are you talking? The largest game we've heard was what, 2 billion? That was maybe Grand Theft Auto 6. You're saying billions as one. You guys might know this more. Did they put billions into Destiny?
Collapse because they simply believed that the line would go up forever and that people would keep like obsessing and paying like any amount of money for games on PS360. Nintendo does not have that problem. You know, Nintendo's
No, they just have a problem of making quality games at that $70 price point. That's why they keep getting a lot of games in the 70s. Which again, a game in the 70s does not mean it's a bad game, but the problem is when you sit here and look at a score that's in the 70s, it's going to make a lot of people think, is it really worth to buy it for $70?
business approach to their games is just better. And the Wii U is a very strong example as to that. You know, in this period of time where the entire world hated them and everybody was saying this thing was a flop, they were putting out some of the most innovative games ever made, essentially. You know, there's so many examples of just Wii U games that just kind of like define the landscape. You know, I think it's worth pointing out that Splatoon, which is now one of Nintendo's biggest franchises,
Yeah, that started on the Wii U from what I heard, and that was an amazing game from what a lot of people say. I've never played it.
started on Wii U. Right. I know, like, boomers like to say Splatoon isn't that big of a deal, that it's only popular in Japan, but you are going to be in for a rude awakening when this game, like, outlasts Fortnite and Overwatch.
Okay, I doubt it's going to outlast Fortnite. I don't think anything's going to really outlast Fortnite. Okay, Nintendo would have to turn Splatoon to a live service game to be able to even compete, Harmon. All right, that's going to be it for that video. So, for the next one, we are doing Dreamcast Guy.
Hey there, gamers.
But-
Dreamcast Guy here.
I have to read off your comments. But first, before I get into that, now, I'm still going to talk to you guys, but I need to change something on the Steambot thing because I forgot to. And I don't need you guys to see anything up here. So just in case, I don't need you to see the browser stuff. Alrighty. Steambot for Streamlabs. How are you guys all doing so wonderful tonight? Alrighty, let me log in. Sorry, just give me a very quick moment here so you guys can actually send normal messages without it yelling at you. It's the cloud bot. We are going to, where is it? Word protection, okay, here it is. There we go. There we go. That should be good. We're good. We are golden, guys. We are golden. Let me go back to live. Alrighty. Let's read your guys' messages. Alrighty. Let's scroll up. I have 42 people. I'm actually surprised that we got this many. Usually we don't get this many viewers very early on. Thank you guys so much for showing up. All right, C-Stars Piplup. Grand Theft Auto is a M-rated game franchise. What are you talking about, Mr. Smith, exactly? That's what he does. He will sit here and do that. If a parent is letting kids play GTA in general, doesn't care, I agree. What's up, ABG? How's it going? It's going great, Stephanie Browse. How's it going? Wow, he thinks he knows more about video games. Oh, yep, exactly. Chaos Raziel. Hyperstar Cage. It's sad. I got the Wii U for Smash Bros. And a few other games. I know, right? That was, that system was a disappointment. I only regret buying one system, and it was a handheld, and it was the PS Vita. That's the only system I've ever bought that I regret buying. For me, it was the PS1 N64 and then the Dreamcast launch. Those were the best in my opinion. Well, Dustin Town said, the PS1 N64, great consoles. The Dreamcast, man, that failure might say otherwise. Hello, how is everyone? We are great, Jasper Mac. How's it going? Like, I played GTA Vice City during pre, and when my mom heard, she took the game. Oh, I bet. What do you mean by pre? I'm a little afraid to ask what that pre is now. The Wii U was the first console I bought from saving money from my first job in the summertime. I'm sorry there, Hyperstar Cage. What was my first console that I've ever bought? It was a PS3. Almost all the Switch games are Wii U ports and some Wii ports. Well, there are quite a few games that are brand new IPs, but you are correct. There are quite a few of them. The Switch was my second console I bought. Was my second one. The PS4. The PS4 was my second one. Oh my God, I only own like 4 consoles. How many have I owned here? I had a Super Nintendo, N64, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. I had a PSP, PS Vita. I had the Game Boy Color. I had a Game Boy Advance. The DS, 3DS, Switch, Switch 2. And then I got a gaming laptop. So I've owned like 16 different gaming platforms. I'm getting old, guys. That's sad when you've owned that many. Okay, here. I love the Wii U, but only because of Splatoon. I understand. I understand. I never got into Splatoon until number 2. I understand. Oh wait, I think wait. Why is his eyes closed? Well, Water Demon Girl, I don't know. For some reason they are. Wii U flopped hard. Yes, it did. He has a lazy eye. Yeah, okay. I miss how fanboys fought for the consumers and others, but now it's like how the mighty have fallen. I agree there, Deborah. I agree. Trust me, there's a video coming out Thursday for that one. Some of you guys are probably going to guess the reason what or why that video is coming out and what it's going to be. I still see he hasn't cleaned his glass. Water Demon Girl, if you're waiting for him to clean his glass, we're going to be waiting all damn year for that. Do you want to bet that he would blame game journals and PlayStation? Oh, you know he's going to there. Blur was here. You are an image. You all imagine what that apartment probably smells like. Dustin Town said, I do not need a picture of that. Then again, when you get a lot of subscribers, the power goes to their heads. That is true there, Deborah. Are you referring to someone here? Is there somebody that you're referring to? We need to know. Yes, Wii U flopped. Exactly there, Jasper Mark. Nintendo decided price games Nintendo decides the price games in the Switch 2. Exactly there, Deborah. That was not Phil Spencer. That was Don Matrick. Okay, I'm sorry there, Jay Biggs. My bad. Nintendo chose these price instead of eating the cost from Nvidia. Very true. The Wii U still has some good uses like playing the Wii games. Then again, we could play GameCube games. That's very true. It's so weird that the Wii U could play the Wii games, but not the GameCube. Maybe they were planning on porting over a bunch of GameCube games to the Wii U. Like Nintendo can literally make their own console, but choose not to. True. NSO was basically running in Windows 95. I can bet. Phil came in after Xbox One was out for a year. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so now I remember. Yep. It shows you how much I cared about Xbox back then. Harmon, you are a Nintendo fanboy supporting a corporate anti-consumer video game company that doesn't even care about you. That's true. They chose to price games for $80 to $70 and chose the price of the Switch 2 at a high price. Very true. And look at Nintendo. They are scared by their directs and know they mess up. Very true. I was just rent Mario Tennis Fever. Hyperstar Arcade, you're going to have a phenomenal time, I promise you. IGN is kissing up to any company that pays them a lot to review, like 10 through 8. Oh, that is so true there, Deborah. It is very well known that IGN is like that. He needs to stay off 4chan. Oh, that's a given there, Chaos Raziel. I will just watch other people play the game to get my fix. Thanks. I understand, Water Demon Girl. It only sold like 2K, then 2K within 2 weeks. Which one are you talking about? What are you talking about there? Blue was here. At Japan. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Splatoon? Everything Nintendo related has left my life and of course my home because of them being anti-consumer corporate scumbags. I'm glad I switched to PC gaming. That is true, but you got to understand, C-Stars Piplup, there are companies over involved with PC that are very greedy also, and they're anti-consumers also. You gotta make sure you don't fall in for those traps. Video games should be priced at $50 minimum, $60 maybe. It depends on $70. No $80 or $90. Forget. I agree. When it comes to $70, I've said this many times. I don't really like $70 games, but I accept them because that's what the standard is, unfortunately. But I have very high standards for a $70 game. Like I barely played my Switch 2 until Saturday for a live stream for Mario Kart World, and still it's a 5. I understand there, Deborah. What is he talking about? Jasper Mac? I have no idea. Yes, he is the king of coping. The king of cope worships Nintendo like his pure hope. The Wii U was dog. Oh, yeah. Sorry there, Desire. I was wrong. Harmon, stop puffing on the copium like it's a new vape. I know, right? Man, the coping song. That is true. You know what? Here, I will play the coping song for you. There you go. Yep, play that coping song. There you go. Okay, and it did not sell well on the Wii U. Very true, Desire. The only game I knew that came from the Wii U was Mario Bros. U and Mario Kart 8. Yep, those two did come from them. The Wii era is just an awful era, a true failure. Yes, it is. Harmon is coping so hard. Yes, he is. Nintendo themselves said it was an enormous failure. Exactly, Desire. He probably thinks that wasn't Nintendo. He probably says it was somebody else. The Wii U is old news, dude. Time to get over it. I know, right? Hyperstar Cage. I never played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I haven't either. I only played it on the Switch. These people are claiming Virtual Boy is more successful than the MetaQuest. Jesus Christ. It's not even the same conversation. Come on, guys. And they think current Virtual Boy headsets with Switch VR is way better than the MetaQuest. I know, right? Like, I love my Wii U as a third grader, but if it fails, like it's good. I know, right? Meanwhile, they only have the 6 VR games. These people are really dumb. Yes, they are. No one asked for the Virtual Boy. True. Caesar's Piplup. Really, Harmon? Nintendo hate is called criticism, you Pikachu plush humper. And half of them are played on third-person view. That's not how VR works as well. True. Keep telling yourself that, Harmony. Exactly. This guy is nuts, and I love the Wii U. I understand, J-Biggs. I understand you love the Wii U. That's fine. But J-Biggs, I'm sorry to tell you, it did fail. I don't know if you know that. Man, how the fanboys fallen like they used to be on. Oh, wait, I already read that one. I am not even going to try to. Oh, I already read that one too. Is this necklace from Berserk? I think it is, Water Demon Girl. I think someone told me that. Morning there, Wonder Red. Hey. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Not to mention, he is really getting unhealthy as the days go by for him. I think Harmon stopped going to the gym and is eating junk food behind the scenes. Caesar's Pip-Up, when did he ever go to the gym? I need to see proof of this to begin with. You are coping, and seething. Exactly. Harmon, you are the one who is spurging out over stupid nonsense and anyone criticizing your daddy Nintendo. Very true. Like Nintendo had small budget and still charged hand and fist. I'm assuming what you're saying. Pokapia looks like a fun, cozy game, my type of games, but no physical and too high of a price. I agree. That's why I'm going to rent it for you guys. This is just like Sega, but at least Sega always have sales. True. Harmon is such a low cow. To a point, he's not even that popular, although he is the highlight of the salt farm. Exactly. If the Wii U didn't fail, why did the CEO of Nintendo cut his salary by 50% for 5 months? Very true. Am I late? Oh, a little bit there, Rorschach. I've only done the first video. I'm running late today, guys. So Ultra Kill is better than most Nintendo games. I don't know about Ultra Kill. The Cybertron games were awesome in the 360 era. I have heard nothing but good things about those games. Your precious Nintendo Switch console is just nothing more than a pitiful glorified toddler tablet with primitive low-powered mobile phone specs and chips with a processing power of a broken microwave. Morning there, everyone. Second Son is fun. I'm actually playing it ABS. That's great, Rorschach. Second Son is a good game. I still prefer Cole over the guy from Second Son, though. Portal isn't fun. Can we bet that he got stuck at the 4th stage then quit? I have no idea. I've heard Portal was good, but I don't know. He can't stand playing solitary. I doubt he could. Harmon talks shit about games he never played. Exactly. The reason why you didn't like The Last of Us is because you only played Nintendo games. Exactly. Aw, Harmony. Are you getting jealous over the fact that Elden Ring, BioShock, and any other game that isn't Nintendo is beyond better, so much fun than your Nintendo toaster slop games? Probably is. Death Stranding 2 will be on PC. Very true. If you also watch Harmon his streams, it looks like he doesn't have a soul. I know, right? He barely even talks. He's actually quite boring. Wii U was a failure. Yes, it was. By the way, this is an indie show. By the way, there is an indie showcase tomorrow. Really, Mario? Are you just telling me that as a joke, or is there really an indie showcase? He doesn't understand proper plot to begin with. Let's see how the fanboys cope with that too. I know, right? Is there really an indie showcase, guys? I need to know this now. BioShock was a great game. That's great. Oh, cut the crap, Harmon. Nintendo has many problems. For example, the pricing. Exactly. Harmony, you got filtered in Elden Ring and you suck so badly at Monkey Ball. You keep falling out of bounds. So pathetic. I know, right? It costs $500 for what, Wonder Red? Oh, you should have seen the gameplay Piplup of Ghost of Tsushima. Whose gameplay are you talking about? Harmon's? LOL, he didn't even use the stances. Oh, I think I heard about that. What the heck is Nintendo insane? Yep. Oh, keep crying, Pikachu. Splatoon is one of the only new Nintendo IPs that I actually felt like playing. That's great. Rorschach tonight. It's morning time. Yep. It could be nighttime for those who work overnight. That's true. I work overnights. Harmon got filtered from Elden Ring game. Yes, he did. He got, yep. He went to Cali. Okay, you guys are talking about Elden Ring still. Dreamcast guys next. I swear to God, hearing that deformed wannabe trailer tread. Okay, there. Sea stars. Let's calm down a bit. The systems I do not like was the N64, PS1, and Saturn. I did not like that generation. I understand, but J Biggs, why? The PS1 was amazing. So what Dreamcast lies talking about the Pokemon games? Well, the funny part is he did a review on Red and Fire Red Leaf Green, and guess what? He released a review before the games were even able to play on the Switch. So he actually acts like that he played them. That's the funny part. He literally released the review directly after the presentation. You couldn't even play the damn games yet. Elemental Hero Shadow Chaos. Testing. I don't get it. Oh, okay, I get what you're trying to do, Elemental Hero. Well, it should be normal now that I turned it off, so you guys should be able to do normal messaging. I've never played Splatoon, neither have I. Hell yeah, I am blue. I am blue was here. Yep. Hi Blur. I had most major systems since Atari. I am not that damn old. Through GameCube era from 2006, I had every Nintendo system, the Xbox except for 3DS and Xbox One. The last PlayStation I had was a PS2. J-Biggs, you missed the amazing PS3 and the PS4, man. Only good Wii U games was Ubisoft Zombie game. I think a lot of people would disagree with their Rorschach. Good morning there, Crystal Star Discussions. Oh, Blue was here. I was talking about the Mario Tennis Fever. Okay. We got ways on the PC front if they are too greedy. That is true. I calculated how much to buy the games to leave Nintendo Sphere and still 660. Daunting. Yep. Kopo Chocobana. I have no idea. Is that a person that was messaging their desire? Or is Coco Chocobana, is that a game? OG Wii had two fantastic games, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Yeah, and you can't forget Twilight Princess. Morning from Ohio. What I all missed, getting loaded for Colorado. There you go, Arno back. You just missed us watching Harmon. Then they made it for the Switch and ruined it. Yeah, they did. Talking about the Switch Sports. Yep. We came with a new name for the Dreamcast guy. That's just mean, Mario. Angry Vigilante, I found Harmon's favorite plush now, sent in the DMs on Discord. Let me get through the messages and then I'll look at it. Or the comments. He went to the gym whenever he wanted to diss Rich from Review Tech USA. Oh, I bet. Oh, I remember that. He was doing that. Oh, yes, I know. Nintendo failed Wii U. That system actually deserved better, but that time is gone. True. Do you ever wonder why Nintendo would never re-release their older consoles? Because then they would have a lack of control of their games that you played on. Very true. He bought like 2 months subscription at a gym, then probably never went. That's true. Cole is better character. Yes, he was. Portal is so fun with a friend. There you go. Okay, how many? All right. Nope, we're not there. We're not done yet. Okay. You rent actual modern games rather than retro games. Very true. 6 a.m. PT time. Yep. But I don't support both. I understand. Conspiracy theory. Harmon is intentionally not smart to boost his channel. Maybe. For the Switch 2, it costs $500. Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, now Switch 2 costs $450, but if you want to get Mario Kart World, it's $500. Retro is better. I understand. Wait, what? Wait, good for you. Yep. Dreamcast guy did a review of Fire Red before it was even out. Yes, he did, Mario. He literally released it directly after the presentation, but you couldn't even play it directly after the presentation. That's the funny part. And then he complains that you can't use Pokemon Home of Fire Red because he made the video before the presentation. That's the funny part. Yes, what an absolute grifter. Exactly. Still waiting for Nintendo to unveil the next 3D Mario game for the Switch too. I think everyone's waiting for that one. So you can pay $80 for modern games. No, we are not. Who is more greedy? Well, Blur was here. It depends what you're talking about. If you're going by hardware, it's not Nintendo. But if you're going by video games, it's obviously Nintendo. Was the Mario Brothers and Plumbings or what? Copacabana is how you say it. It's a Cope song. Oh, because you are coping and seething. Who's hyped for Power World 1.0? Is that when it's actually going to release from early access? I don't want to waste my time to research that guy more. I understand. Angry Vigilante, do you feel bad about the homeless in New York? I feel bad about the homeless when it wasn't their fault. That I do feel bad about. I mean, I feel bad for all of them when it comes down to it. I'm hyped for Power World. I understand. But as far as I understand, he has extreme narcissism. He could be. I'm not paying to play old games. I can get these running on while using soft. Okay, I get it. Yep, yes, you can. Nintendo saying it is a ripoff for $20 Pokemon. I'm trying to figure out, should I buy it? Or Nintendo. Well, Nintendo is speaking from a place from the NSO, which I understand. Oh, I'm about to roast this pizza face dream. Yep. Look, I don't know how to emulate games. It's still new, but should it be $20? I don't have a problem with it being 20, Deborah. Here's the thing. Red Dead Redemption 2 is $15 and Spider-Man Remastered is $21. Yep, those two games are amazing. That's true. Yes, 1.0 is the full game and will be out of early access. Finally. How Farm, please give me a demo. I know, right? Or release in early access. There you go. I could throw a thing or two, or I could show you a thing or two, I bet, about emulation. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. I'm a Fire Red is definitely worth $20. I already got 34 hours and I still have more things to do in it. There you go. I'm about to start playing it. Look, I know how to emulate. I'm still trying to emulate Daytona USA Arcade and still confused. I understand. Alrighty. Let's get into good old Dreamcast guy, but I got to adjust this thing because you guys can't see Dreamcast guy for some odd reason here. So let me. Oh, Desire just did a $2 super chat. Did you see the Harmon new favorite plushes? Oh, yep. Let me check it out real quick. Let me hold on. I need to move that over. I think that we got it on over. Alrighty. Let me grab my phone. Alrighty, let's check it on out. Sorry there, Desire. Good thing you reminded me. Oh God. Desire, that is wrong in so many ways. I cannot show this. I cannot show that. That is so wrong in so many ways. The sad part is, he probably has something like this. Trust me. It is like the 2 girls, 1 cup thing. It's something that you guys do not need to see.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green because I am actually annoyed. They finally brought back the games I have been begging for, but
so they finally brought back the game that you're begging for, but you're really annoyed. Is it because you didn't even play it? So you have no idea what you're talking about?
The laziest, most overpriced, most scraping the...
Then why did you buy it? You knew what it was before you bought it. This was no secret. Everything was out before you bought it. So how can it be overpriced when you choose to buy it? How can you complain about something that's overpriced, but you yourself still chose to buy it? I don't even think he actually bought it.
Bottom of the barrel way possible. This is absolutely pathetic. Nintendo makes trillions of dollars, it feels like, and all...
Yes, they do make, well, I don't know about trillions of dollars here. Let me move. I got to move it back on over. All right, let's see if that worked.
Always finds a way to just screw over the most diehard fans. It just baffles.
My guy, you did not get screwed over. Okay, if there are real people that probably do get screwed over, you are not one of them. You chose to buy it, and you get it as a tax write-off.
Me every single time. But let's talk about Fire Red and Leaf Green, because even though I did buy it, I'll admit I bought this for $20. I'm so tempted. I wish I could get a refund, because this, to me, it's worth $5 at most.
Then why did you buy it for $20? If you want a refund so badly, why did you buy it at $20? You knew that it wasn't going to be worth that. You absolutely knew it before. You are literally just hating to hate at this point. You know, there are fair criticisms when it comes to Fire Red and Leaf Green, but literally just doing it to hate on it like this isn't it.
Let's talk. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let me explain specifically why it is so many fans are incredibly pissed. And a lot of it comes down to the fact that this is just a ROM. It's straight.
Yes, which you knew. You knew it was a ROM before you bought it.
Straight up just the original game ported to the Nintendo Switch. You can play it on Switch 1 or the Switch 2. It is the laziest version of the game. This is
very true. I mean, yes, it is lazy. There's no doubt about it. I don't think anyone is saying that it's not lazy, but yes, it is lazy.
Does not have any sort of online play. We're going to talk more about that as
that's actually a fair criticism. I actually think it should have had online play. That it should have had.
Second, no online trading. You can only trade with other people that are physically within eyesight, which means that trading.
Yes, we understand what no online trading means. We all know what local play is.
Pokemon pretty much out. None of the actual stuff. No changes, no filters, no save states, no fast forward, no rewind. Now, why would I
I'll agree that those should have been included too. Those would have been nice.
Mention off that specific list. Why does it feel like that's so, I don't know, obvious? It's because those are all features that exist in every other Nintendo Switch Online game.
Guess what? This isn't a Nintendo Switch Online game. They should have been included, yes, but you knew before you bought it.
Other retro game. Part of the appeal of
You want to know how we know? You want to know how we know he didn't even play it? He's literally using footage for a different NSO. Why don't you use the footage of the so-called playthrough that you did of this game?
Nintendo Switch Online. I bought this actual thing right here. This Switch Lite. I bought this just to play Game Boy Advance games. And I've talked about that. I am utterly obsessed with the original Game Boy Advance.
My guy, you say you're obsessed with so many things. You said you were obsessed with Fable, and then you didn't, and you outed yourself because you didn't even play Fable.
I actually still have. This is my custom Game Boy Advance that's Pokemon themed, and you can see I'm even playing Pokemon Fire Red on it right now.
Awesome. Nobody really cares. What does this have to do with the damn video in the first place?
I love the OG Pokemons, and I bought this.
So do I. Let's get on with it already.
This so I could play retro games in a nice still handheld factor. And you know what you get with every other Game Boy Advance game? Filters, save states. You can literally instantly rewind. Literally right here, I can rewind my gameplay. Easy peasy.
Yes, those would have been all great features. But you knew all of it before that you even bought it, if you even did buy it.
This is the best way to play Game Boy Advance games. They look great. They are great. None of that exists at all. Now, why would that be so incredibly annoying? Maybe it's because, I don't know, if I'm paying so...
We got Faithful Akataka. I'm sorry, Angry Vigilante. I cannot defend Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green being $20. I skipped this and just decided to play Pokemon Recharge Yellow on my modest Switch. Hey, I understand. I am not going to get mad if people think that it's not worth $20. I understand if people think it is. But you got to understand this one, Faithful Okataka. He literally did a review of Fire Red and Leaf Green before you were even able to play the games on the system itself. He dropped his review directly after the Pokemon presentation was even out. You weren't able to play it yet. He is literally lying through this whole thing. There is fair criticism, but you should not be like faking reviews just so you can hate and get views. This is all it is.
This one game, just one copy of Fire Red, costs as much as an entire year of Nintendo Switch Online. But
okay. And guess what? I would say humbly that Fire Red is better than most of the games that are on NSO. But you can say that with so many games. You can say that with the Pokemon Legends ZA, $70, and that is over 3 times more than what a year of Pokemon NSO costs. You can say that for that thing, right?
Let's also just talk about the fact that this is not a package deal. It's not like you're buying Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red together for $20.
I mean, it would be better, but if we're being honest, they're not different games. Fire Red and Leaf Green are the exact same game. The only difference is there's a few Pokemon that you don't get in each version. It doesn't dramatically change the game. The whole 2 games that Pokemon has been doing has been nothing but a scam. I have literally never bought both copies of the game. Never. Because it's a waste of money.
$20 each. Oh yeah, it's $20 per language. You know when you buy a game?
Oh, because somehow we all believe you can speak multiple languages. We all know that one day you want to play in English and the next day you want to play in French or Spanish. Oh yeah, we all know that you're going to be that type of person. Come on, man. We all know you're only going to play in one language. I have people tell me, oh, you only get one language. And it's like, well, I'm only going to play one language, so it doesn't really matter to me.
You turn it on and say, oh, I want to play it in French. I want to play it in Spanish. I want to play it in English. Each version.
Who does that? Who legitimately is going to actually do that? Please, Dreamcast guy, if you could speak in another language, why don't you show all of us? Here, why don't you sit here and start speaking some French? Merci beaucoup. Why don't you speak a little French? That's all I remember from French class. Why don't you speak a little Spanish? If it bothers you so damn much that you can't play in multiple languages, why don't you actually show us that you can speak in different languages then if it really bothers you that much?
Of this is a separate $20, which again, it's just one of those weird.
Who is going to literally pay $20 for an English version, $20 for a non-English version? I have never heard this complaint in my life until now.
Things like, why would you sell the ROMs separately? It's just that Nintendo cheapness that absolutely baffles me. But
you knew that before you bought it. That is the thing. You knew before. Now, if you would have just done a video saying why this isn't worth it, I wouldn't even be reacting. But you said this is a review. You literally said in the beginning that you played it when we all know you didn't. You lied. You didn't even play an hour of it like you're known for.
Here's my extra annoyance about it, which is I hate the fact that there is not online play. That to me
I agree. That is complete bullshit. It should have had online play. I absolutely agree.
is utterly baffling. Look, I love the original generation of Pokemon so much.
And guess what? You get to play it. You get the option of playing it.
Mostly because it is so cool to have, I think those original Pokemon especially, each one of them had so much meaning. Each of them had such good designs, even random ones. Ponyta, Tentacruel, Mewtwo.
And guess what? You get to experience that technically. So what's your point?
Everybody just looked so well put together. And part of the fun of it was trading, was going to your friend's house and saying, hey, I want to get this, I want to trade.
Guess what? You can still do that. You can go find someone just like back in our day when we had to do it if we wanted to trade.
This Kadabra, so
Now, I personally do not care about trading because I don't when I play Pokemon games now, I don't try to collect every Pokemon because I just don't have the time. I am too old. Way too old to be trying. I got way too much stuff to be trying to 100% complete games. That's just not my thing anymore.
get an Alakazam. I want to trade you a Machoke so I can get a Machamp. Those traded Pokemon especially that evolve via trade, that was such a cool idea. And
you can still do that, just like you could back in the day.
it's just wild that Fire Red and Leaf Green still has those mechanics, but don't have online play. No online battles, no online trading, and again,
I agree. It is complete bullshit. That is an actual criticism. I will give you that one. That should have been there, and it wouldn't have been hard.
this is something that exists in the other Nintendo Switch Online games, right?
Very true. But this isn't an NSO game. They didn't put it on the NSO. Could they have? Yes, they could have. They could have made it online. They should have. They should have made it to where you could play online.
Other Game Boy Advance games have what's called like share play. You can make groups and parties, invite your friends list, play games with them. Apparently, that's just impossible specifically for Pokemon. They're doing this because they're trying to be as lazy as possible.
Of course, we all knew that. We all knew what's going on. This is no secret here. But again, you knew all this before you bought it.
You could use game chat, so I guess you could like have your friend watch you play, but
okay, no one cares about game chat. Let's just stop the cap right there.
this to me feels like it really just shines a light on how Nintendo tries to just figure out how much they can screw people over. Now, part of my anger about this is twofold, right? Let me just quickly say, I love Fire Red and Leaf Green a lot.
Awesome. You love it so much. Guess what? You get to play it. You can play it on there. You don't have to emulate it if you don't want to.
I think these games are fantastic. I actually replay the original Pokemon games pretty frequently. I like them a lot. In fact, this is my
I somehow do not believe you.
save file right now. I'm currently in the middle of doing like my 80th playthrough of Pokemon Crystal. And
So you replay all these games, but somehow you can still pump out these reviews like they're nothing.
Pokemon Crystal, obviously that's when they started having that day-night cycle. Now, I'm playing this on a 3DS. This 3DS has every Pokemon pretty much for the first 20 years. This is literally Pokemon Red, Blue, Crystal. It's got Generation 2, 3, 4, 5, everything on this one little nice handy device.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Super good battery charge, good screen, great battery life, super duper great. And this thing cost me about $100. And the games are dirt cheap. Why are they dirt cheap? Well, that's because there used to be this magical thing that Nintendo just decided to abandon called the Virtual Console.
Yes, many of us would have rather had the Virtual Console say. And yes, you were able to get the Gen 1 games for $10. Guess what? Gen 1 was not the Fire Red remake. Guess what? They decided to price that at $20. It's up to you if you want to buy it at that point.
Nintendo used to have this philosophy that the new games were the big profit makers. You know, oh, we're releasing a new Pikmin, a new Mario Kart, a new Mario. Those ones are making our tens of billions of dollars. The old stuff, our legacy stuff, that's sort of our respect to you. Thank you for being able to let us do this so long. So old school.
It would be awesome if they would have gave it to us cheaper. It would have been awesome if they would have gave it to us free, but they didn't. They charged $20. It's not the end of the world there, Dreamcast guy.
Virtual Console, the games were dirt cheap. We're talking a lot of stuff on Virtual Console was $2 to $3. An RPG may be about $8. Like the whole fun of Virtual Console, and part of the reason it was so great is this existed up until the Wii U. It existed on the original Nintendo Wii. It was
Was it on the Nintendo Wii? I always thought it was on the Wii U only. I didn't know it was on the Wii.
incredibly popular on the 3DS, and they just threw that out the window for the original Nintendo Switch. And now with the Nintendo Switch 2,
And it's unfortunate. Many of us thought they should have carried it forward, but they didn't.
you get these standalone releases. This kind of thing. If I bought this right now, when I got Pokemon Crystal, full features, full everything, full incredible play, portable, great everything, right? That cost me $6. $6.
I thought they were $10. Now they're $6? Make up your mind.
Third the cost of this version here, which has absolutely no upgrades. Not even a filter, not even a retro.
But you knew about it before you bought it. Why are you playing victim? It'll be one thing if you were like, don't buy this because here's why. But you literally are saying you bought it, you played it, and you were trying to act like this is a real review when it's not.
Filter like every other thing has on the Nintendo Switch GBA console, right? A lot of my anger comes down, if we're being brutally honest, to the fact that I love OG Pokemon so much. I love Pokemon Generation 1, Generation
So do I. Congratulations, you get to play it.
2, and Generation 3 is really good too, but still the
You literally showed us on your Game Boy Advance that you already have Fire Red. So what does it matter?
original Gen 1, Gen 2 are just so near and dear to my heart. They're important. They're great. They're inspirational to me. They're the stuff that kept me running batteries dead over and over and over again. One of my very favorite memories is a time where I live in Dallas, Texas, and there was a time where we went down to Austin,
Awesome. Guess what? You get to relive all these memories.
Texas, to see all these landmarks about the founding of the state of Texas, to see all these historical markers and stuff, right? And I remember playing through the original Elite Four, and I spent the whole trip in the
Guess what? You get to do all this all over again. So what's your point? How does this have anything to do with the review?
car beating the Elite Four instead of looking out the window at all this cool, like, historic landmarks. And I remember my parents saying, you're going to regret this when you get older. You're going to regret not seeing all this history. And I still had so much fun. I look back so fondly about beating.
That's the one. This is the only time I actually believe him through this whole story. If you look at the smile on his face, I truly do believe he experienced that.
Beating the Elite Four for the first time ever in that back seat and try not to cheer and like distract my parents from their stupid history drive, right? The original games are so tight. They're so fun. They're so impactful.
Awesome. Go play them on the original thing like you already showed that you had. And stop complaining about it on the Switch that supposedly you played and then you bought when we all know you didn't.
bringing them back in a way that's so disrespectful, to me,
I don't really find it disrespectful. I really don't. If it would have been like $40, $50, I would be agreeing with you.
it blows my mind. Online trading could have made this generational.
I agree. No one is disagreeing with you on that. That's like one of the few things you actually say that's correct.
Giving us an ability to battle online or transfer these Pokemon to something that could have been generational. Let us at least connect it to Nintendo Switch Online and play this version of these games and play them in those versions of Pokemon
I agree. We all would have loved that. Nobody is disagreeing with you.
Stadium, something. The fact that there is no updated features means this go from an
I mean, saying that there's no updated features, that's actually incorrect. We are getting Pokemon Home, so that is technically an updated feature.
epic, great day of celebration for Nintendo fans to a wet fart in the wind. Another Nintendo cash grab. Thanks so much for watching
We all knew it was a cash grab. But at least it's not as bad or as egregious as the Galaxy bundle.
this video. If you could please give
Do
this
not
video
subscribe.
a like,
Do not like it.
subscribe if
Do
you
not
haven't
do it.
already, and please keep dreaming. And if you're super happy about it, tell me why it's good to get these overpriced games for a 15th time.
Then why did you buy it? If you had such a problem with overpaying for a 15th time, why did you buy it for the 15th damn time? Oh boy. Alrighty. I do not know why that my next button is not working, but next one will be Harmon. Because of course, Harmon.
So I just woke up.
No one cares, Harmon. Alrighty, let's read off the chats. Oh, that was a hard one to get through, wasn't it, guys? It's considered a scam because of that. I understand there. Nintendo used to sell Wii games for $10 on the Wii U. Oh, I can believe it. Anyone know if South of Midnight is a good game? Well, Stephanie, if you get it cheap enough, it actually is a good game. It's just all going to depend if you like the art style or not. The art style definitely holds it back. But I thought the story was actually fantastic. I use Ryu Jinx to port my Switch games over to PC. There you go, Mario. Because unlike Harmon Smith, you can buy a game and dump it onto your PC and emulation is legal. Exactly. If you do it that way, that is very legal. Mario 123, how do you emulate the Daytona USA arcade? I have no idea which one that is. I bet you'd find it very funny, Desire. I bet you did. Like I tried going to abandoned hardware and then archive. There you go. Oh god, yep. How is something Pokemon themselves made? How is something? I don't understand, Desire. The Switch oh, yeah, that's not to me. I emulate. Okay. We are not going to be talking about the emulating thing. Alrighty. Mario 123. LOL. What a grifter. I know, right? And he didn't even play it. I doubt he did. I don't think he bought it either there, Mario. Emulation isn't hard. It takes like 10 minutes to do. Probably. Bro, 2 girls, 1 cup. I'm just eating a pizza. Well, Brian, you should know not to sit here and eat and watch my stream. Come on, man. Dreamcast guy, I hate this game. Proceeds to buy said game. Exactly. There should be videos on YouTube that gives you tips on emulate. Well, it's probably because they got taken down, Mario. There used to be. I think at one point there were, but I don't think that they can. Lion Cast guy, very true. $20 is trash. Stop saying it's okay. Well, look at the ghost. If you don't like that as $20, that's fine. I'm not going to say that is trash. You can say it's trash if you want. I don't feel like it is. Mario 123 from YouTube. Yep. Elemental Hero Shadow. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. The image in my head that you looked into what Desire showed you. You don't need to know, Elemental Hero. You do not need to know. Trust me. Like and subscribe. That's how they say it due to the rules of engagement. Very true. PlayStation games can be that cheap. Same goes for Xbox. That's true. If you guys buy Pokemon stuff, you get what you deserve. I understand there. Look at the ghost. Biggest game that was a few years ago. Yep. They did a few things in the Switch version. That's true. They did. Princess Leela, they did. Resident Evil 4, I got for $20. There you go. Which one? The original one, Deborah, or the remake? The remake, I love the remake. I don't care about those Pokemon games at all, but Dreamcast guys complaining what Nintendo told us beforehand. Exactly, J-Biggs. Don't be afraid of emulation, Deborah. It took me a while to learn, but it's worth it. There you go, Mario. Burger King MP3 player toys. I know, right? What a poser. Exactly. He's so lazy to record his own gameplay. Well, Vepful Zexel, the thing is, he has no gameplay because when he dropped the review of this, you weren't even able to play the game yet. That's the funny part. It's just greed, like the rich man and the poor man story, and Nintendo is the rich man. True. Poser, very true. Dreamcast guy, nobody cares. I know, right? Legit, we know it wasn't gonna include that. Very true. Like Tears of the Kingdom, these last 3 years is still $60 during Black Friday. Very true. I think Dreamcast guy made video just to grift. Oh, you know he did. I went in store and saw that. Yep. Well, for Tears of the Kingdom, I actually bought it recently. I got it for $50 at Walmart last month. Legit, he is faking it. Yes, he did. Well, guess what, Dreamcast guy? You can do all that on your own. Yep, very true. C-Stars Piplup. People play hundreds of dollars for these silly Pokemon games. So if I would Nintendo, I would have charged. Don't you say that, Jay Biggs. You stop that. Don't you be saying that stuff. Dreamcast guy doesn't grift. That's a freaking lie. He is not competent enough for that. Okay, maybe you got a point there. It's worth $20. Yep, there. I agree, Wonder Red. How can you review a game you haven't even played? No, not that version. He hasn't. Besides, it's cheap. I agree. I meant, which Pokemon game did you get? Fire Red or Leaf Green on the Switch? I got Fire Red, Hyperstar Cage. I just haven't played yet. I'm really hooked into Tears of the Kingdom. I found out you do get event Pokemon on those 2 games. Oh, then there you go. That's great. Red Dead Redemption 2, a generational amazing game, is cheaper than the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yep, that is true. Dreamcast is such a clown. Yes, he is. He is fishing for views. Yes, he is. Game wasn't even out yet. Exactly. As much as I dislike Dreamcast guy, I think his point is just being greedy makes sense. True. Blur was here. If you believe that is great, trust me, they could have released it for free and it wouldn't have hurt. It's not like the Pokemon company needs money. I would have loved to have gotten it for free. I just don't think that $20 is the end of the world. Imagine every game charging $20 for language change. Well, Blur was here. I don't need different languages. I only need one language, so I don't care if the game I bought comes in multiple different languages. That doesn't mean anything to me. It is greedy, but he is fishing for views. Very true. They should have put a language mode in the game. Like, well, yeah, they probably should. But I mean, again, I only speak one language. Reviewing before a game is even out, his opinions are invalidated. Very true. Now, the only thing to me on NSO, those Pokemon games might be better than or the same corny level the Kirby and Yoshi games. Oh, yeah, Donkey Kong 3. Exactly. Do you guys know that Pokemon edited in-game code? So when you say some crude, oh, yeah, I did hear about that one. Only problem is that Nintendo would rather give their players the bare minimum and get away with it. Facts. I'd rather own games than rent, but they should have added those features. Exactly. But they can't add in-game borders to the game nor speed up or review or rewind. Yeah, that would have been nice to have. That's why I like Legends Arceus. I appreciate how Tread evolutions are in the game. Forgot how they are in the game. Except Gale of Darkness is on NSO now. Very true. But PlayStation don't screw people over. Right, Dreamcast guy? Oh, they all screw people over. Don't see you talk. Oh, he doesn't. But yep. Okay. Oh, Charlotte Jackson. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. You just did a $3 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I so appreciate that. I did not see. I'm so sorry. DBZ Nation, how's it going? All righty, let's get into the next. Sorry, I couldn't. We got a bunch of videos to get through, so I had to skip through the comments. I'm sorry, guys.
So I just woke up after a 6.5-hour marathon of playing Switch 2 games. You know, I was
Awesome. That does not surprise us, Harmon. We all see you. Your live streams are like 8+ hours long. That does not surprise any of us.
playing Dragon Quest VII. I played a little bit of Mario Tennis. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII-R, all of which are on Nintendo Switch 2, by the way. So they are Switch 2 games.
Okay, they're games for the Switch 2. Like, what's your point here? All right, no, who is saying that they're not Switch 2 games? Who are saying, you know, I think what it is when people say they're not Nintendo games, you're sitting here getting all triggered over it.
And yeah, I look around at the community and Beat 'em Ups is releasing videos like, where are the games? What's coming?
He's talking about first party games. Do you understand that he is a Nintendo guy? So his channel is based on Nintendo. Games that are not Nintendo exclusives or owned by Nintendo, they're not going to get him as many views. That's what he's talking about, Harmon.
Out. And like, meanwhile, I'm just sitting here looking at like my preloaded copy of Tales of Berseria and Resident Evil 9. You know, Pokapia comes out next week. Fatal Frame 2 comes out the week after that. Bella Bella Park comes out the week after that.
Yeah, no one cares about Bella Bella Park, Harmon. Sorry.
Like, the simple fact of the matter is, we are loaded with high-quality games in the next month or so, next 2 months or so. And yet the community desperately wants to do this thing where they, like, want to pretend as if there's, like, nothing to look forward to, that there's nothing coming out.
Because he wants the big games. That's why he wants the big Nintendo games. We all know what they mean. They're talking about the Zeldas and they're talking about the Marios, Harmon.
And I do have to reiterate, you know, looking at the release schedule and like what's happening is that people are wildly underestimating how successful the Switch 2 is. Like,
Nobody is underestimating anything about the Switch 2, Harmon. Stop the cap.
it's very, very interesting seeing people like resort to like tried and true tactics of just like, well, Nintendo doesn't have third-party games. Oh, like, you know, they do.
Well, they are getting third-party games. Who is really saying that now? Maybe before they were saying that, but no, they're getting third-party games now.
Do that nonsense, you know, they pull that cope. But the simple fact
Harmon, if you're going to fix your damn camera, you should probably edit that part out.
of the matter is, that's not true, and that hasn't been true for a long time. Like, that's one of the
Harmon, it has been true up until recent. Stop the cap already.
interesting things about what we're seeing about the Switch 2 era is that we've seen a lot of monumental success stories already. You know, we've seen the success, the system seller with Mario Kart World. We've seen the huge cult classic hit with Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yes, that game came out when there was like nothing to play, so of course it was going to sell well.
We've seen like successful Switch 1 games come out. We've seen like sequels to obscure games, you know, like Kirby Air Riders. We've seen like, you know, we have all these
Harmon, people are complaining that Kirby Air Riders didn't sell well. What the hell are you talking about?
announcements, all these things to look forward to. And yet, overwhelmingly, the narrative is that there's nothing to look forward to. And honestly, I said this.
Well, it's because they want the big first party titles. That's what they want. You know what they're complaining about, Harmon.
Several times before, but I feel like a lot of these people are going to be blindsided by the success of Pokapia and Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be blindsided by that, Harmon. But you also got to understand, these Nintendo YouTubers need to make content. They need to complain. That's how they get the views.
Life. Like, these are games that, honestly, I genuinely expect are going to sell, like, upwards of 10 million units. And
Well, you can believe that all you want. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Pokapia might actually sell upwards of 10 million. The same thing with Tamagotchi Life. But the rest of the game's probably not, Harmon.
community just kind of genuinely seems to think that that's not going to happen. That Pokemon has, that Nintendo has failed. That the Switch 2 is, it's
Who is still saying Nintendo was failing? Who was saying Nintendo was failing before, Harmon?
not going anywhere. That this is like a giant disaster. That Nintendo has failed. That they have nothing to look forward to. And like, it's like they can drop a direct at any time. And like, we're
Harmon, is that your go-to thing? Every time someone criticizes your precious Nintendo, when they say, oh, there's not really any games, you're just gonna be like, well, they can drop a direct anytime they want. Then why don't they, Harmon?
literally in this position where like we're Pokemon, the Pokemon presentation is this week. They can do a Nintendo Direct in March or April, or even like as late as June. Okay, like honestly, it feels like for the next 4 months
Yes, they could. But guess what? They haven't yet, Harmon. That's the point.
we have like a pretty stable, engaging, like good library of games. But the problem, and this is like the real reoccurring problem that we have with this, is that like most people don't really care about anything other than like major AAA system seller games.
No, they don't care about, like, what they care about is the major first party Nintendo titles. That's what they care about, Harmon. Now you're getting it.
Essentially, we've gotten like very, very good games on Switch 2 over the past several weeks, but like for most
Of course, those aren't the games that get them views, Harmon. They need the mega first party titles. That's what's going to get them views to talk about.
people, like they don't even like really pay much attention to them. You know, right now I'm going through Dragon Quest VII again. Right now I'm like, I'm waiting for all the big games to come out on at the end of the week. So I'm playing like games like Wario Land 4 and
Yeah, no one really cares what games you're playing, Harmon. No one really cares about Wario Land 4 either.
some of these old Nintendo classic games. You know, I'm waiting for like big games to come out. You know, I spent a lot of time playing Mario Tennis, for the past couple of weeks. I'm playing a lot of Switch 2 games. You know, the simple fact of the matter is, but like the community at large really desperately wants to pretend as if like there's just nothing to play on this thing. And
Well, that's because they played a lot of the games that are already coming out and they want the major first party Nintendo games, Harmon. That's what they're complaining about.
that really couldn't be further from the truth. And I do think like the thing I've noticed is this like tendency to act as if like Switch 1 games don't count, that multiplayer
Because the Nintendo YouTubers most likely have already played the Switch 1 games. And no, they don't count, Harmon.
games don't count, that older games don't count. Like again,
Because they don't. They do not count, Harmon, no matter how much you try to make it out to be.
if it's not like a brand new Nintendo developed like AAA product, like
That's why you buy a new system. You don't pay all that money to play retro games, Harmon. You buy a system to play the new games coming out.
the majority of the community is just kind of like turning its nose up at it. And I do think that is a mistake. I do think that these people are just kind of setting themselves up for failure, where they're constantly complaining about Nintendo, constantly complaining about the announcements, constantly complaining about everything that's happening.
Of course, they're setting up for failure, Harmon. But why do you care so much? Is it because you can't handle the criticism of your favorite piece of plastic all the damn time?
And the simple fact of the matter is that the more they do this, the more they kind of expose themselves as being rather limited in what they play and what they talk about.
I agree. People should broaden their horizons. Let's say you play all the up-to-date newer games, I guarantee there's a lot of indie games that you probably haven't played, but you also have to take into account, Harmon, these are content creators. They make a living off of content. It's not like them talking about indie games or third-party games is going to get them the views. What gets them the views is the Nintendo games.
You know what I mean? Like when you look at like, my streams where I'm coming on here playing like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a night, playing all these different Switch 2 games.
Yeah, and how much in those 5, 6, 7 hours, how much money do you make, Harmon? Let's hear it. How much money do you actually make?
Games, having a blast, playing like, Final Fantasy VII R and like Pokemon Legends Z8.
Did you just say Final Fantasy VII R? What the hell? Oh, that's Final Fantasy VII Remake.
And stuff like that.
I had a brain fart.
Like, again, when you look at like someone like me who has like plenty of games to play, and then you look at like everyone else, like what ends up happening.
Because Harmon, you replay games all the damn time. A lot of us don't want to replay games.
Is that.
And you have nothing better else to do with your damn time.
The entire community just kind of like, they just kind of rally and just try and push this narrative that like none of this is good, that I'm not interested in Pokemon, that I'm not interested.
They're not saying that they're not interested. They're not saying that it's not good. Come on, Harmon. It's not hard to figure out why they're complaining about it.
In RPGs, that I'm not interested in like old games, quote unquote. I'm not interested in third-party games, or if I am, I'm going to play them on like the real hardware, the PlayStation hardware, the big boy hardware, like you keep seeing people like make all these excuses and like just downplay the game and like the
No one's downplaying the games, Harmon. There is nothing wrong with wanting more. I want a new Xenoblade game, and I'm not going to stop asking for it until we get it.
the console and like this.
Oh, is that what it is? It makes them feel like they're downplaying the console because Nintendo isn't giving them what they got on the Switch 1. Oh, you little poor baby.
Is a strategy that I think is doomed to failure. Like
The only thing doomed to failure is that goddamn hairline of yours that you refuse to cave into.
it's very clear like how things are going to go from here. Seeing people do this because we saw this happen with Mario Sports. We're seeing this happen now with Pokemon. Like the more the community bitches and complains about certain Nintendo IPs, about certain games getting made and certain games getting produced and certain spin-off titles existing and like certain things, the company doing certain things.
Okay, and certain things about what, Harmon? Can you please go into detail for once?
Like, the more and more, like, the stereotypes of these people become apparent, you know? Like, a while back, it was
Like what? What stereotypes? Can you at least give some damn examples?
very common for major Nintendo YouTubers to just have this seething hatred for JRPGs, you know? Like, so many of these people, like, had this weird, like, hatred of Japanese media.
Exactly, Mario. Water damage is far worse. Look, Vigilante is getting worse. If he don't get that house inspected, it's going to collapse. The roof, it's starting to sag. I know, right? Harmon, you need to look at that. Okay, I'm not a house inspector, man, but you need to look at that. You know, a lot of us may not like you and we cannot stand you, but we don't want any harm to come to you.
Even though Nintendo is a Japanese company, they would try and do this thing that, like, well, classic Nintendo games are inspired by Western properties, and that's why they're so
Some are. That's true, Harmon. Some are.
good, because
Some Western games are inspired by Japanese games.
actual Japanese stuff is really crappy and bad.
Who's saying that? Who is saying that the Japanese stuff is crappy and bad? Do they have some slop? Absolutely. Is there Western slop? Absolutely, Harmon.
Like, you know, they would do that. Like, that's a mindset that's died down in recent years. It still exists. You know, Scott the Woz, you know, the BitBlock, they 100% still, like, subscribe to that mentality, but, like, they can't really vocally speak out against it because it became such a stereotype, you know?
And why can't they, Harmon? Just because it's a stereotype doesn't mean you can't. You know how many times I speak out against stuff and surprise people?
And that's kind of what we're seeing now. You know, we're seeing, like, the Switch 2 stereotypes kind of establish themselves.
Oh, please hear it. Please tell us, what are the Switch 2 stereotypes, Harmon? Please hear it.
You know, the endless direct rumors, the
Well, that's because of that's because of a lot of your brethren, Harmon. You can blame that one on them. I will give one thing, at least you don't buy into that crap.
bitching about stock prices, the failure to acknowledge, like, major upcoming products,
When do we fail to acknowledge upcoming products, Harmon? When the hell? When there's a new upcoming product, we get all happy. Even Nintendo haters get happy because it's content for them. What the hell are you talking about?
failure to acknowledge, you know, the viability of games like Pokapia, Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon Legends EA.
Yeah, is that why that Metro Prime 4 sold the way it did, Harmon? Oh yeah, so even you were complaining about it at first. The thing is, even after you complained about Tamagotchi Life. You complained about Bonanza. You complained about Metroid Prime 4. And guess what? When everyone else started complaining about it, then you had to go on your damage control rant.
Or like Kirby Air Riders, right? You know, like
Sorry, Harmon. Kirby Air Riders is just not that guy. You need to accept it.
every time they announce anything, like the narrative right now is that, like, well, that's not going to sell systems, but
It may not sell systems. You don't know.
they don't need to. Like, the systems are already selling. They don't need systems.
Is that why they're dropping in price like they were? Is that why they keep getting all those price cuts at retail, Harmon?
Sellers right now, they need to pad out their library with, like, niche titles for, like, for specific demographics, and that's like 100% what they're doing. So I find it very, very odd how every single Nintendo release is just relentlessly attacked by the community.
We're not attacking. It's called criticism, Harmon. You know, I warned you guys that because of how it was on the Switch 1, you guys were not ready for the level of scrutiny that was coming. Because Nintendo chose to raise the price, but not raise the standards, you guys were not prepared for the level of criticism coming towards those games.
You know, Mario Tennis is like the worst selling ever, according to these people. You know, people
I mean, it's not selling that well. Not in Japan, at least. We don't know everywhere else because we don't have the data. But in Japan, it's just not selling that well. That's just a fact, Harmon.
are getting refunds for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Some people were. Well, some people weren't. See, I tried to look into that whole thing and I was getting so much misinformation when it came to that one. I keep hearing it was only one guy on Reddit and he never showed proof of it or something.
Simply so they can, like, post about it on social media and spurg out about how Nintendo knows that they released a bad Switch 2 version of a game. Like, essentially what we're
Sometimes they do that. It does happen, Harmon.
seeing is just the community, like, pulling out all the stops to downplay what Nintendo is doing. And
Nobody's downplaying what Nintendo is doing, Harmon. Okay, we're done with this one. He has been boring. These last two videos, Harmon, you are not bringing the heat. Next is going to be good old player essence. At least I didn't mess up this time. At least I actually recorded the footage correctly. All right, let's get into the comments, shall we? Xbox is dead. Yeah, that's true. He does love to say that. Switch 2. Yep, ROG Ally X is better than the Switch 2. Solarion, have you heard about the ROG Xbox Ally X thing is not getting the driver update, and a lot of them have been reporting that they're being damaged, that so many people are having to send them back just to get fixed. Don't know if I would say that the ROG Xbox Ally X is better on that one. I'm sorry there, Solarion. I've been looking up Wonder One. I don't understand what that is, Roshire. Harmon, the king of pointing out obvious, exactly, and coping. Yes, he is. I gotta hide my kid from Harmon. Hang on a second. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, do not let him around. I would not let him anywhere near. I wouldn't even let him around a plant. I look at someone who has time to play video games for 8 hours a day as someone who needs a job. Well, apparently he was looking for a job at one point. I don't know if he still is, but he complains he can't find a job. He likes everything what Nintendo brings out. It gets him free copies. I do not think... are you talking... See, the thing is, Solarion, I don't even think he was given a free copy. For the amount of times he bashes stuff on Nintendo, I don't think he was given a free copy there, Solarion. I'm looking forward to Scott Pilgrim EX. That game does look good. Fix your camera, Harmon, I agree. Switch 2 will get a boost in sales after Pokemon Gen 10 is released thanks to all the Poke Sheep. That is true, Water Demon Girl. Now, before I even decide to get the game, I got to see more of it. I have my video out where I talked about the presentation. After the live stream's over, you guys should go and watch it. Oh, we got Awesome Boss with a $30 super chat. Play some music. All righty, I will play some music because you want it. All righty. We always knew you'd come through. Thank you so much, Awesome Boss. I appreciate it. I'm not going to sit here and beg people for super chats, but I really do appreciate it. But even you guys showing up just to watch me, it means so much to me. Thank you guys so much. Alrighty, let's get back. I bought a ROG Xbox Ally X instead of the Switch 2. I stick to my Switch OLED. I'm not buying a Switch 2 just for MK World and DK Bonanza. I understand, Solarion, but you got to understand Age of Imprisonment is a phenomenal game. Nothing beats the old Zelda on NES. I've never played the one on NES. Harmon, just stop the bullshit. All you've been saying up to this point was just pointless Nintendo glazing. That is facts, C-Stars Piplup. Pokepia, I heard some good things about, but no way is it worth $70. I don't think so either. I don't think it was really worth about $50. Dreamcast guy is the same. Yes, he is. That is me being fair. Yep. Everything is a PS5. I think you mean everything's an Xbox. I don't want any more directs for the year. I don't need a disappointment any more than I already am on a daily basis. I understand Water Demon Girl, but I think we will get a direct this year at some point. Those Nintendo games that you've been glazing are not worth the asking price, and Kirby Air Riders was a complete failure. Well, I don't know if it was actually a complete failure, Caesar's Piplup, but it definitely did not sell well enough for people to be happy. Sweet buttery Jeebus, exactly. Nobody cares about your Nintendo slop, Harmony. Gamers prefer games that are worth their money and time. There is a reason why indies exist. Exactly. You don't buy a system that sells the same Switch 1 games. That is why I stick to the Switch OLED. I understand. I yes, you did. If I want to play retro Nintendo games, there's a thing called an emulator. Exactly. And I believe that emulating the games is morally correct if you are not able to buy those games on modern hardware. That I do agree with. If I want a handheld gaming device, I would rather spend my money on a Steam Deck. Well, unfortunately, Caesar's Piplup, you can't even get one at the moment. I have all consoles, and if you are going to buy one, you should buy one used, because $550 is a really high asking price just to emulate games. I have all consoles, PS5/Xbox Series X, Switch OLED. There you go. We have a lot of games to play. That's true. I have a 12 terabyte drive full of retro games. There you go. I have a PS5. I do too. Awesome. I'm waiting for the big games to come out. That's all we're hearing right now from those Nintendo fans. The sad thing is we don't know the big games that are coming out besides the new Pokemon. And yeah, Blaze of Powers, that ain't coming out till next year. Bro, fix your roof. I agree. New 3D Mario for Switch 2 or bust. Yep. Every single week. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Nintendo never cares about their consumers to begin with. Mr. Bad Hairline, Nintendo could sell trash and fanboys will buy it. Well, they already have their Caesar's Philip. Have you seen the Virtual Boy? I hate JRPGs, but Xenoblade Chronicles X is cool. Oh, I love JRPGs. I love them so much. Damn it. Why is my phone being weird? There we go. Honestly, Xenoblade was a fun game. Yes, it was. Harmon, that baby show reject racing game Kirby Air Riders flop, just give it a rest. Exactly. Why is that everyone these days can't take criticism and it's not and it not be a personal attack? That is very true, Water Demon Girl. I don't understand why there are way too many people. And not just Nintendo fanboys, trust me. There are more than just Nintendo fanboys out there. Laser Essence, exactly. I don't care about Mario Tennis or any Mario sports and party game. I don't see what anyone sees in these silly games. Some of them I don't either. Mario Tennis, I will say J Biggs, Mario Tennis Fever, it actually is a really fun game. It's just not worth the 70 bucks. Yes, Essence are trash. Yes. I have my ROG Xbox Ally X now for a week, no issues, update everything. That's great. Maybe it wasn't the Xbox, maybe it was just the regular ROG Ally one. The Wonder Swan was really cool handheld ABS. I don't even know what the Wonder Swan was. I gotta look that one up. Just relaxing here to support Gaming Rift. How's it going? But I'm sick, so I don't know if I'll be active. Oh, Gaming Rift. You know, you're lucky that I'm not nearby, or I would bring you some chicken noodle soup to make you feel better. But by the time I make it there, you might feel better. We don't need a gay game like Kamadachi Live. Okay, we don't need. Let's leave that kind of stuff out of here. Okay, Solarion. There's no need to bring up that stuff. I should have been careful before I said it, so I'm sorry if I offended anybody. But let's just keep that part out. Okay. Yes, Hyperstar Cage music time. We like all systems, not just one box. That is the difference. Very true. I don't think I'll want to Switch 2 until Smash 6. I understand. But if they release Smash 6 on Switch 1 and 2, I still won't buy a Switch 2 yet. Then I understand. I am able to buy these games, but if they're selling an emulated ROM, then why not just emulate it? Well, I'm not going to tell you guys not to do it. That's your guys' choice. You know, I'm not going to bash anybody that chooses it, but I do support emulation when you legally own the game or when you're no longer able to purchase the game. That I do support. But at the same time, I don't really care when it comes to emulation and piracy. When it comes between those two, I really don't care. I am about to retire from modern gaming. I bought a Switch 2 for a big game that will bring me back to gaming, but Nintendo is failing so far. Nintendo's quality and pricing feels very disappointing. I agree. It is very disappointing. Yes, maybe the cheap one. Yep. Did you hear Myron is shutting down this month? What is I don't know what Myron is. Player Essence doesn't look really good in this video. When does he ever look good? Betfuls Exel. Chicken noodle soup, always good. Exactly. I know they're Gaming Rift. Trust me, we're going to send someone over there. We got to make sure you're doing okay. We need our favorite UK YouTuber. Doing good, man. You got to get better.
You can just drop the 20 if you want to bet, and we'll see what happens, you know?
We're lucky we
Nobody wants to bet.
live in an era where content creators like Nintendo, Smash JT, and ABS will call out Rockstar for charging $100 for GTA V. Thank
Now you see why I'm going to react to this part. I got thrown out there. Now, the person, they weren't being serious. They're trying to make fun of me and attending. And apparently now I'm getting grouped in with Smash JT now.
God we have them watching over our consumer rights, rolling on the floor laughing.
Listen,
Okay, maybe not everybody is. I know nothing about Smash JT. I just heard about him recently, so I have no idea what that guy is about. And I'm not going to speak for Nintendo, but I do look after consumer stuff.
anybody calling out Rockstar for if they charge 100, it's performative.
Not at all. It's called actually being honest. I understand that you can't call out the stuff because you have absolutely no spine, but doesn't mean that we don't have a spine. Gaming Grift, I sure hope so. Went to the doctors and got an insane prescription. Potentially 5 more days off work to self-heal, so could be worse. Yeah, that is true. You know, last time I got sick, I ended up having COVID, and I never want that again.
Let me tell you the reason why it's performative. The wrong
Oh, let's hear this. Vetful Zexel, $2 super chat. Now, Player Essence is now supporting gambling. I know, right? I think he always has.
gonna buy it, probably.
Not all of us are going to buy it. If that game comes out at $100 like you guys want to keep pushing out, which I don't even know where this damn started. The whole $100 thing that Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to be $100. No, I'm not paying $100 for it. You know, here's actually a funny thing. I've never even played Grand Theft Auto 5. The last one I played is Grand Theft Auto 4. I haven't even picked up that one yet. So you think if they release Grand Theft Auto 6 overpriced at $100 that I'm going to somehow buy that game? Absolutely fucking not.
Most people are gonna buy it. Do I want it to be 100? No.
No one. I don't want it to be. Unfortunately, there will be people that will buy it. I know there's going to be. And I will sit here and, you know what? I'm not going to make videos like blasting people for choosing to buy it or anything, unless they make a big deal about it where they start attacking other people. You know, I just don't really care anymore. The people that are going to buy it, they're a lost cause at that point. You know, if you're willing to spend $100 on a game when you know that it's not right, then that's on you guys at that point.
I want it to be 80 or not. To be honest, I don't care.
Finally, he admits it. Finally.
I actually don't care what
I know. We know you didn't care when it came to Mario Kart World. You pretended like you cared, but we all know you didn't.
price it is. I don't care. If it's 100, then don't buy it. I don't give a crap. You guys spend how you want to spend. Do whatever you want.
All this is a deflection. He doesn't want to take a side because he doesn't want to get criticism. That's all this is.
I don't care if it's 100 or not. If it is, then it is. Then be angry. I don't care if people make videos. Make a video.
Oh, yes, you do. That's why you were throwing a temper tantrum when it came to Mario Kart World. That's why you keep complaining that you're tired of the console launch and you're tired of the console war crap.
On it. Be upset, be angry, get mad. Nobody cares.
Many people care. That's why you guys are bringing it up. That's why you're talking about it.
At the end of the day, or whatever, if your audience cares and they care, let them all get mad in the comment section. But trust me, I know the internet. I know people. People
You don't know people as well as you think you do.
buy whatever they want to buy. That's why
Okay, that part's actually true. People do buy what they want to buy. That is very true. But some of us actually have a spine and have morals, unlike you.
all of this fake consumer advocate BS.
It isn't fake consumer advocate. Okay, I didn't sit here and criticize something, said it was overpriced, and then went out and bought that. Unlike you, where you sat here and said that the Galaxy bundle wasn't worth it, and then you pre-ordered the damn thing.
Is just what that is. It's BS. All these people buy whatever they want to buy. Trust me, these people buy stupid things all the time. They just won't tell you what they buy because a lot
Because it's irrelevant. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
of stuff that they buy is probably stupid as well. Okay?
Like that hat that you bought, or that stupid, ugly Kirby plushy thing in the background that looks like it wants to run away from you. At least I'll give you one thing. The Zelda light is actually pretty cool. And that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate poster is actually pretty cool. I'll give you those two things.
So people can buy whatever they want. I don't care if it is that price. If it's that price, then it's that price. Don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Rockstar will see if people revolt.
If they do price it at $100, I really hope that they revolt. I loved how everybody revolted against Xbox when they were trying to make Outer Worlds 2 $80. I wish people would have done it for Nintendo, but unfortunately that did not work out.
The consumers will tell you if something's a good or bad price. In my opinion, Mario Kart World was a bad price. And I don't
It was, but then you still hyped it up knowing people were going to have to spend $80 for it.
think people are buying it at that 80, but they have the bundle in there. Most people bought the bundle, but I don't think people
I agree. We all agree with that one.
are buying the individual game by itself. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a bad idea. Microsoft put out $80 games and said, hey, we're going to do 80.
And we had a spine. We pushed back. We fought against it and spoke out. And guess what? We got real change to happen. That's what could have happened with Nintendo. But spineless cowards like you, that's the reason why it hasn't happened yet.
That was a bad idea. They saw their pre-orders absolutely evaporate into thin air. That's a bad idea. So consumers will let you know.
And the same thing would have happened with Nintendo if you would have took care of your responsibility. If you would have sat here, spoke out against it, called upon your community to boycott this damn thing, then I wouldn't even be here right now.
No, whether it's a good or a bad idea, you don't need content creators. They're just doing it to make money. You don't need content creators.
Of course we're sitting here. Doesn't mean that we don't agree with our opinions.
Telling you one thing or another, trying to have some type of lynch mob or pick pitchforks in the air. People will vote with their wallets. They will vote with their wallets at the end of the day. And I personally feel if they charged $100 for GTA, people are gonna go out there and buy it. They've been,
Of course, they could charge the game at $500, and there will be some idiot that will go out there and spend $500 on it. That means nothing.
waiting a whole decade. They've been waiting a decade plus. You think people give a damn about $30?
Yes, I do think people care about $30. That is I do think some people do.
When they've been waiting a decade and almost 15 years? People do not care. GTA fans do not care. And GTA games get discounted anyway.
Oh, very true. That's why I probably won't buy it right at launch. Now, I will actually play GTA 6, but I'm not going to spend $70, $80 on it. I promise you guys that one. I may rent it. We'll have to see what else comes out. I'm way more excited for Marvel's Wolverine. I will definitely prioritize that game over GTA 6.
A lot of people bought GTA when it's cheap
And if there is a brand new 3D Mario that somehow comes out for the holiday season, I'm probably going to play that one over GTA 6 also.
as hell. So if they don't buy it now, they'll buy it later.
Okay, but if we buy it later at a cheaper price, what's your point? This means nothing.
That's just what it comes. I'm just being honest. That's what it comes down to. Do I want it to be that price? Absolutely not.
I don't think you really care. I personally do not think it matters to you. Actually, no, I do think you want the prices higher because you get to tag things in your damn description for sales on stuff and you get a commission. Because I've also been tagging stuff too. But at least I look for, when I tag something, at least I try to look for what the sales are. Like with the Galaxy bundle, I sat there and tagged it when it was being offered for $50 because it was an amazing deal for the Galaxy bundle at $50. But you would have sat here and tagged it for $70.
But are people going to rush out there and buy it at that price? Absolutely. They don't give a damn about no $30.
Of course, some people are. But I'm really hoping that there's going to be some pushback against a $100 game.
When it comes to GTA. Now, when it comes to other games, hell no. You don't, 100? Nah. People are going to boycott like crazy. But GTA?
And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to boycott like crazy if it's $100. Which I want to know where this whole $100 crap started. I really do.
No. No. Absolutely not.
Well, not with that attitude.
Just turned 46. I think 80 games will be saved for 3D Mario, mainline Zelda, and other.
I really hope they're not going to be $80. If I say no to a new Zelda, I'm going to be very sad.
I think that they're. I think we're in the clear. Like I said, I'm not even sure about that. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's a bad PR hit when you do stuff like that. You know.
You want to know what's sad? Is that person sat here and said that the newer, like the major Nintendo games are going to be $80. And instead of having a reaction, no, that would be screwed up. He was like, oh no, it would be a bad PR move. That right there shows he doesn't care about his community. He doesn't care about the actual consumer. He is more worried about the image of Nintendo than he is his own viewers, for crying out loud.
That's just my own personal opinion. Thank you.
Yeah, and your personal opinion is trash.
Back Megan for the 3 though. I appreciate you, fam. 108 on the board. I agree with what you said about GTA 6. I'll probably still buy it, but I hope it's 70. Sadly, I don't even like GTA much, but I usually buy it.
Oh, please do not buy it at $100. Please do not.
Experience the tech. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people buying GTA just because it's an event, bro. It's just like it's an event, you know. So I mean, like
Yeah, not all of us are going to do it. There's obviously going to be a lot of people. This is the most highly anticipated game of all time. There will probably never be another game like this, at least in my lifetime.
get it. Like, that's the right thing you're supposed to say. You're supposed to make the video. You're supposed to say,
No, you can sit here and do the right thing. You guys were complaining when we were doing the right things, and some of us went viral because we were doing the right thing. So it completely contradicts what you're about to say. You're about to say, oh, you're supposed to do the right thing. You're supposed to glaze the game. You're supposed to make it an event. Guess what? There were people like us, and I wasn't one of the people going viral. So I'm not sitting here trying to act like I'm up there with Nintendo and Omniarch, but they were doing the right thing at the time, and they sat there and went viral because of it. So no, you guys did, according to you, the right thing where you guys made the videos. You guys glazed the game. Why were your guys' channels dying? Please explain.
Oh, it shouldn't be that price. I don't want it to be that, because that's what everybody wants. And I agree, it should not. I don't disagree. Make the videos, make the ad revenue, do it. I agree. Fight the good fight. But here's the reality.
There are going to be people that are going to fight the good fight. Like I said, I am not going to spend $100 on a fucking game. That is not going to happen. And a game like GTA 6, you don't really rent that kind of game. You have to buy it because of how long that game is. Those games are not short. You don't sit here. By the time it takes you to beat that, and especially because it's not like, I'm lucky if I can get 20 hours a week to play video games. Do you know how long that's going to take me to beat GTA 6, for crying out loud? At that point, it's just more lucrative for you to buy the damn game, but I'm not spending $100 fucking dollars.
There's the YouTuber, content creator, online sphere, right? We're over here. And then there's reality. And I like to fly the line between.
My guy, you don't fly the line between shit. You're way on the right, on your right. Or wait, no, you're left, my right.
Both of them. You know what I'm saying? I like to, and that's why people say, oh, you're a shill, you're this. It's like, no, I'm not.
You are a shill. That's just a fact.
I'm just telling you the reality of things. I'm sorry if you don't
The reality is how you keep hiding that terrible ass hairline already.
like me being truthful, but that's what it is. And that's why people get smacked in debates against me. That's
My guy, there's only one guy you've ever smacked, and that was that whoa, whoa, whoa guy off of Twitter. What are you talking about? You didn't smack me, you didn't smack Omniarch, you ended up smacking yourself with Omniarch.
why they get absolutely, like, the last number I did. What have I done to these people? Absolutely.
The last one you cooked yourself, for crying out loud. And how many people have showed up to your live streams and completely destroyed you? That rule of three guy, which where the hell, if you're watching this and you come from my community, why the hell aren't you going back? No, don't go back over. No, regret that I said that. But where have you been, rule of three? We miss you, man. But you got destroyed by him, by Venom Gamer. I think there was one other guy that you got destroyed by.
Absolutely smack them into oblivion. Because
Like who? The only one we can remember is the whoa, whoa, whoa guy. We got receipts.
the reality does not align with their emotions, with their feelings, with their.
Like you? Is that why you were throwing a temper tantrum? Trust me, we got the receipts. I was reacting to you when you were throwing temper tantrum. Who here remembers when he was throwing a fit about the content we were making, saying that we were pumping the algorithm full of slop videos like ours while his channel was dying? What reality were you living in then?
their personal feelings, and they get pissy when they're wrong. They get
Like you do? Well, you don't. The thing is, when you're wrong, you just run and hide. You don't even own it. That's the pathetic part. At least some of your brethren actually face it and actually own up. You don't even acknowledge it. You literally run away and hide.
real pissy when the reality doesn't fit what they are saying and what they feel things should be like. And the reality is,
And you don't? How many times do you complain about the console launch because you get all emotional about it?
most people are gonna buy GTA regardless. Now, like I said, there is a limit,
Some are. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to fight back against it.
but
I agree, one Bonnie view. ABS PE is cringe. Yes, he is.
it's not gonna be stopped by $10, $20, or $30. It ain't gonna be stopped by that. GTA is gonna be an event. It's gonna be massive.
No, they could sell it at $200, and I think it would. People will still buy it. You know, I don't think they're going to, but no, it is true. They could sell it at this price point, and people will buy it. I'm just really hoping there's enough pushback to where it would make it seem like it's not going to be successful, and it causes them to lower the price.
GTA 6 is gonna be crazy. People have been waiting their whole a quarter of their life for this, half of their life for this. You got 15-year-olds that have been waiting their whole life. They're almost 30 now. They were 15 when they played GTA, like a sophomore in high school or a junior.
How long ago was that? I think I was 20. Like what year? I think I was 23. Like who remember? Can someone tell me what year GTA 6 came out? I think I was 21 when the game came out.
You're in high school. They're damn near 30. They've been waiting half their life for this.
That's all completely irrelevant. You do understand that when I was a teenager, I used to absolutely love the Grand Theft Auto games.
You think they're gonna let 10, 20, or $30 go in between them in this game when they put 1,000 hours into GTA 5?
No, the people that put that many hours are obviously addicted to it. They're going to spend no matter what. Those are the people that probably have spent thousands of dollars on the shark cards.
Yeah, right. And then you got to talk about, here's another thing. You got to talk about the amount of money people are going to make GTA. GTA is a money-making machine. There's a lot of people that make money off of videos, make money off of content, make money off, I mean, like GTA videos are going to blow up. The no pixel servers.
Some will. You don't know that? How many videos did you try to make that didn't blow up? Okay, GTA 6 released in 2013, so that was 13 years ago. So I was 23 when it came out.
A role play or whatever it is, like whatever that role, like there's hundreds.
Oh, we all know you love to role play while you're on stream. You love to role play like you're a man or something when we all know you ain't about that life.
Thousands of content creators that are going to make so much money off GTA, they are not going to care what the price is because they're going to make that all back.
Of course they're not going to care. When they're making all that money, of course not.
Now, most people don't, obviously.
Luckily, I don't put myself in that position where I'm forced to sit here and choose something like that.
Most people don't make money off of GTA, but I'm just saying, we have more content creators than ever before. So,
we all know you don't like that. You don't like the competition.
yeah, they don't care about that either. You know, deported with the $2 dono and says, OJ about to grow a fro and go full GTA YouTuber. Oh,
that man can't grow a fro. Do you not know how terrible that man's hairline is? Come on, stop the cap.
oh man, a full GTA. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but am I looking into, yeah, I'd be dumb not to look into.
Of course you are. Of course. Like, we all know that the only reason why you cover so much Nintendo is because that's where your views are. If you magically start blowing up when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, that's all you would talk about.
To it, right? Well, I mean, I'd be stupid to not look into doing something on GTA. Like,
oh, trust me, we all know you're going to try. Then you're going to complain that your video's doing dookie. And you're going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm just going to talk on the live stream about it.
that'd be a bad idea, right? So yeah, I'll pick it up. If it's like 70 or 80 or it don't matter to me because once again, I'm
Of course it
a
doesn't.
content creator. But like I said,
See, oh, he just outed himself. That's how you know. He says, oh, Mario Kart World isn't worth $80. But you know damn well right there proves he would have actually bought it if he couldn't get it in the bundle. It would not surprise me if he actually does have a physical copy.
I don't mind like the videos of people doing it. Yeah, they should, man. Like we gotta have somebody saying it.
Oh, but then you get mad when we criticize you. So you're fine when we sit here and make videos criticizing it, but then you don't like it when we criticize you. Make it make sense.
I'm just being a realist, I'm just being a realist. Like when it comes like to the normie crowd, I mean,
You ain't being shit.
they're probably gonna buy it regardless,
Alrighty. For the next one, we are doing Harmony. Good old Harmon. I think this is the last one. Let's just hope this one is better than what he's been doing recently. But let's get into the comments real quick. You guys got quite a bit of them. Alrighty. Did I already read those off? I don't remember. Okay. It would not surprise. Oh, I think I already read that one. Not shitty Kratos again. What are you talking about, One Bonnie View? I don't understand what you mean by shitty Kratos. Player Essence is now supporting gambling. Who knew? I mean, Caesar Pibble, he's always done that. I don't think there's a single live stream where he's like, oh, you want to drop a dono? You want to make a bet? He always supports gambling. By the way, careful with foul language. Bot will snipe those. Yeah, I have to keep that one enabled, Mario. I think it was like a few weeks ago, someone dropped some foul language that didn't need to be said, and it was way out there. $100? Why? I know exactly right. It won't for those who has mods. That's true. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean, Mario? I started the single player mode on my Xbox Series X. There you go. My God, player essence, shave that awful beard. You look horrible. Yeah, maybe. Who on earth wants GTA 6 to be $100? That's what I'm wondering, Gaming Rift. The thing is, they all started this damn rumor crap, and I don't remember where it came from. I didn't play Grand Theft Auto 5. I am boycotting that game until it's on the Switch 1 or 2. You may be waiting forever, J-Biggs. GTA 4 is the best one, but I still like 5. That's great, Vetfels Exel. But also, J-Biggs, you got to remember, the last Grand Theft Auto game that came to a Nintendo platform did not do very well. It was a flop. GTA 6 will be a full AI game. I don't know. It could be. You never know. GTA 6 will be overpriced at 70. That's just me. Oh, I'm hoping that they only do it at 70. Imagine what you can do with $100. I mean, you can do a lot with $100 Hyperstar Cage. I would buy GTA 6. I don't think it will be $100. I don't think it will be either. They're just fear mongering. They're just doing it to take the attention off of Nintendo is all they're doing, J Biggs. Because they're the only ones you ever hear complain about it. When have you ever heard, like, if GTA was going to be $100, don't you think that Dreamcast guy would have said something about it? GTA 6 should be at a reasonable price, no expectations. I agree. Games should be $49.99. That would be amazing. The cheaper, the better. If the base game is $100, doesn't matter who made it. I hope it fails. So do I, Water Demon Girl. Player Essence blocked me hard. One Bonnie view. That is, or yeah, one Bon or Boneville. That does not surprise me. That's true. Very true. I've thrown so many tomatoes at him. I can believe it. Not gonna lie, this guy just oozes insecurity. You know it, the Gaming Riff, you know it. GTA 6 will be overpriced day one, and it will go on sale a year later. Very true. LOL, yep. Oh, man. I got the only trophies he has is a participation trophy. Very true. He wants to platinum every $100 game. Who does? Player Essence doesn't do on completions. He said it many times. Player Essence, you do care. You just want to say you don't. Exactly. Bad price, but you bought it, player. You know it. $100 for a game is too much. If we agree with this and buy it, they will do it with all games. Very true. This is why YouTube is dangerous. Player Essence is embarrassing. Very true. Everyone is reasonably set this guy. I get it. Very true, Gaming Rift. To be honest, Outer Worlds 2 was not the game for Microsoft to try with. Now, Gears of War or Halo would be another story. That is very true, but I still think we would have pushed back still. Everyone got mad when Xbox made Game Pass $30, yet Xbox stand their ground about it. Sadly, anti-consumer move on their part. Well, John, you also see the price of their systems. They're not selling well. So at this point, I'm starting to think, I'm wondering if Microsoft is just trying to make Xbox fail at this point, to be honest. I really am. I don't mean to sound like Dreamcast guy, but you know, that they've already said that the Game Pass has gone down. Like when it comes to people having them, they're not selling the consoles like they used to, and they're still raising the prices. So it's like, well, what the hell are they doing? Who is waiting for the games? I know, right? GTA 6 will never be $100 unless they are making deluxes or collections. I can see that. Well, a collection, you know damn well it's going to be well over $100. GTA 6 is still ambitious. We have no idea what they're going to try and pull, let alone the $100 price tag. Exactly. I would buy both Super Mario and GTA 6. I don't think the game will be $100. I don't think it's going to be either. This is just them fear-mongering. On there is an Indie World Direct tomorrow. Is there really? Man, you know, people, you're not the only one to say that, Hyperstar Cage. So I got to check this out, because now you guys are making me so curious if it's really going to be at that price tag. Hold on. I got to look this up. Let me look it up. Okay, my phone's being weird. There we go. Indie Direct. Indie Direct. Okay. Is it for Nintendo or is it for like a different company? Indie World Direct. Oh, a new Oh, that's so funny that Nintendo's doing a indie direct tomorrow. Oh my God. You know what? The funny part was, I think a week or two ago, we were all saying it would be funny if the next direct is going to be the indie direct. And guess what it is? Wow. Oh my God, there is. Okay. Okay. Did I skip it? Damn it. My phone was acting kind of weird. Alrighty, so it went through. Okay, we got to skip ahead so we can get through the things, but I gave up on caring about GTA 6 a long time ago. I doubt I'll ever buy it. I understand. Don't believe emulation is 10 Monties and other. I don't know what you're talking about, Deborah Westbury. I tried to emulate all these FN 3 months ago, YouTube. Yep. Sometimes I refer to player essence. Oh, okay. Now I get it. I still buy Ultimate Game Pass for $17.49 a month or something. How do you still get it at that price? Just wanted to try a Mario Kart Double Dash. That's all. And now I can because the stupid. Yep. I literally hitting my. Don't hit your laptop. Those are not cheap. Tell Harmon to move out of his mom's basement. Oh, according to him, he owns his house. I just wanted to try because I wanted a free. Okay, I understand, Deborah. No, any game with B as big. Yeah, that's true. Like my computer says, this YouTuber says that. True. It makes me want to stop trying to do it. Yep. If I would have known that indie direct was coming out tomorrow, I would have made a video on that one. I had a hard time for a freaking Hydro Thunder that's made in 1999. I don't understand what that means. Gameo site. Okay. I understand what you got to understand, but I can't read that stuff off, guys.
Wow, I might be the first person to jump on this story before any weird narratives can pop up about it.
I doubt it. What it says, Nintendo has announced that they're buying back shares. Well, yeah, I heard that about that one. I just remembered about it. That's a video I might have to do. There's honestly been so much news this week that I completely forgot.
Nintendo has released breaking news that they are
Is it really breaking news, Harmon? Is it?
Currently in the process of buying back shares. What this process entails exactly, we're going to have to figure out. But here we have the...
That's why you get it already before you hit the record button, Harmon. Or edit it out.
Notice of determination of matters pertaining to share repurchases and cancellations of treasury shares. Nintendo Co., Kyoto, Japan, President and Representative Director Shintaro Furukawa, hereafter the company, hereby announces that the following matters pertaining to the repurchase.
Can you at least show it on screen if you're going to read it off or something, Harmon? This is boring.
Of its shares pursuant to the provisions of Article 156. So basically, Nintendo's buying back its shares. Okay? They are...
Which cannot always be a good thing, Harmon. So can you get through the laughing part and just say what you really say?
Getting more control from the company, less control to the shareholders.
You know that's less money that they're going to have, right? I don't know if this is a win. I don't know too much about this, but is buying back your shares, is that a good thing?
And as a result of that, are kind of establishing themselves as a very unusual company in the entertainment space, where they aren't as beholden to shareholders as most public companies.
Says who? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, because you are so infamously known for people that know about stock stuff. You so know about all that stuff. You're a genius, Harmon.
And this is something that a lot of people don't understand about them, about how Nintendo has more freedom to do whatever they want, and how BlackRock cannot acquire enough shares to
What are you talking about? They don't have the freedom to do whatever they want. They sought to make their shareholders happy, Harmon.
Overthrow the board or make radical changes, because what we're seeing is Nintendo is just becoming so successful and so well run that these share.
Can you spit it out, Harmon, and get on with it already? I'm about to skip your video because honestly, I didn't realize it was going to be like this.
Shareholder establishment, they can't do shit. That's kind of what we're seeing, and it's very interesting that it's happening now after so many stories about the dropping share prices.
Well, this is the time that they're choosing to do it, Harmon. Okay, so how's it weird?
Like, oh, shareholders are bowing out. What's Nintendo gonna do?
That's not always a good thing, Harmon. You should know this.
Buy it back? You know, like the fact that this is something that most people never even thought was a possibility, that Nintendo would
Who was saying this? I've never heard one person say, oh, it's not possible for them to buy back shares. Who said this?
buy more of its own shares is just very, very silly. You know, I actually put forward the possibility a while back that might actually be the end game here.
When? When were you saying this?
For the stock price to drop so that Nintendo can scoop up more shares at a more affordable price. That seems to be what happened here, which is...
How do you know all this, Harmon? Literally, you are not a financial guru. You have no idea what you're talking about half the damn time.
Very, very interesting, because I think this is a very good example, I think, of how the gaming journalism industry is just spurging out and constantly.
Why do you keep repeating your words? You did the same thing. You're saying constantly. Get on with it already.
Trying to pretend that Nintendo is in a bad position. Because how many times did we hear that the drop...
I agree there. Stoner Zenhale Games, his take on Resident Evil Requiem is atrocious. I agree.
dropping stock price was somehow going to like ruin Nintendo or ruin the Switch 2.
Who's saying that is ruining? This is just not a good thing, especially directly after us finding out that we're not even getting the new mainline Pokemon game this year, and now everyone's wondering what the big game for this year is going to be.
As if like shareholders have the authority or the ability to like make decisions at the company. Okay.
They do. But the majority of the share owners tell Nintendo to do something, guess what? Nintendo's going to have to do it.
Okay. Like that's not how this works at all. That's
pretty certain that does how it works. Now we know you're a shareholder. You can't make Nintendo do what you want. But if if the majority of the company is owned by shareholders, guess what? You guys can collectively come together.
Never been how this works, but like people seriously.
I am not I don't know about the whole stock stuff very much. I don't know how it all works, but I'm pretty positive, Harmon, that if the majority of the people tell Nintendo, hey, we don't want this, they actually have to listen, or they should. Am I wrong?
Thought that the stock price dropping the way it has was going to like negatively influence the company in some way. And now we know that not only is that not true, Nintendo's buying back stock, they're releasing statements, and I really do have to wonder if at some point in the future they may buy back all the stock and like make them...
Maybe they are. Maybe they will one day. But there's a reason why that they decided to go public. They obviously need the shareholders.
Themselves private. I don't know if that's like, you know, a possibility, but that's definitely something I would want to see from them, is just have no shareholders at all, so we don't have to deal with like, you know, corrupt Westerners or the banks and the like. Because like there's
Harmon, you need the shareholders. They bring capital into the company. They wouldn't have gone public if they didn't need the capital to begin with. What the hell are you talking about?
definitely some real concerns about...
Okay, we're done with you. We are done. Yep, he's driving me crazy, guys. This one I should never even picked. And next up...
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast.
Yes, we got one more Dreamcast guy video. Let's read off of it. Oh, I've already... Yeah, I know that one was quick, but he was driving me crazy, guys. I just couldn't do it. There was no way I could do it. I'm sorry, Angry Vigilante, but I kept trying to emulate Dolphin, and I keep running into the same issues. I understand, Deborah. I don't know about the whole emulation thing. You know, I'm not hugely into emulation. I don't really care, though. And the last time I turned off security, don't turn off your security. Like I downloaded Opera. Okay, I don't even know what you're trying to say now. I don't know all these different programs. This is how every Harmon video is. Sometimes they're entertaining. Oh no, not BlackRock, I know, right? Nonsense spewing, exactly. Okay. His take on Resident Evil Requiem is I read that one. Like, I just don't know, Angry Vigilante, about emulation. I don't know much about it either, I'm sorry. Why are these people talking about stock issues that don't affect us on the consumer side? I know, right? Resident Evil Requiem is awesome. From what I heard, it is. He must be rage baiting. Oh, he's just being an idiot is what he is. I think he thought he had something and he ran with it. Something about they are focusing on stabilizing stock prices and improving the capital. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Today, Junior? Like they should have a teaching. Well, Deborah, they're not going to. Angry is, or that one. Stocks go up and down. That is what stocks do. Exactly, J Biggs. Yeah, I'm enjoying Resident Evil Requiem. I got the game for both PC and PS5. Why'd you buy it for both? Is it that great of a game you had to double dip? Tell me you don't know anything about stocks without telling me you don't know anything about stocks. Exactly. I say these people are not qualified to talk about stock. It turned my brain off when they start. I understand. If I'm funding a game, I will have a say in how it goes. It's that simple. Exactly. I only know how to. Okay. You can what? Okay. Alrighty. Let's get into Dreamcast guy.
This guy here. Today we're talking about a very strange leak that has just come out about PlayStation. Now,
I'm actually sorry, guys. I got to use the bathroom real quick. I'm super sorry. So I will be right back. I'm not even going to do the be right back thing. I'm just going to run to the bathroom. I'm so sorry, guys. All right, I'm back. I'm so sorry, guys. I had to go. I thought I could hold it for this video, but I could not.
Pretty much every major source, from Digital Foundry to Sneaker SO to Jason Schreier himself, is apparently claiming Sony is pulling out of the PC business, meaning the fact that
oh, we all know how much you're going to love that, aren't you? You're going to be like, oh, we got back my exclusives. We all know you're going to be happy.
The last couple of years, there's been a very interesting experiment going on over at PlayStation, where they've been putting PlayStation first-party games onto Steam. And not just multiplayer stuff, we're talking about God of War, Returnal, Spider-Man. These games have been coming to PC. And not only that, Sony bought an entire PC porting house, Nexus, to help.
Yes, because I think the reason why, from what I heard, the reason why they did that, they thought it was going to convert people from PC over to PlayStation. Maybe that's why they're talking about not doing it. We don't even have it confirmed. This is just a rumor. How many rumors do we hear from this guy and none of it even comes out to happen?
Make these incredible versions of these games. These are extremely good ports that clearly cost them a lot of money to make. They have widescreen support, 200 frames a second, crazy graphics customization. But apparently, according to these leaks, they've changed their mind. They do not want game.
These aren't even leaks. These are rumors. What the hell are you talking about? That they've changed their mind
on PC at all. Unless it's like a live service game, they're just saying, no thanks, the experiment has failed. Now let's talk about this, because in a way, I think this makes more sense than we originally assumed. Let's
hear this. And no, do not subscribe, please.
Get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like and
It's still weird how the hell does he have over 200,000 subscribers? I have no idea.
Subscribe if you haven't already. Now, we're going to go through.
My guy, what is with you and X? How do you find all your stuff on X, my guy?
All the sources that are discussing that, but I think that just on the surface level, this kind of makes sense. You know, we've seen recent financials from Sony where they've essentially said that a lot of their games on PC are selling hundreds of thousands of copies. But
I mean, it all adds up when you think about it.
Then that's clearly just not enough. Just in general, the fact that PlayStation very much from the very start said the whole point of this PC experiment was to get you to buy a PlayStation 5. The whole idea was, all right, we'll put
I don't understand how they would have thought selling their games on PC was going to move people from PC to that. It doesn't make no sense. PC people are very prideful. They love their PCs.
Spider-Man on there, and now you want to buy a PS5 so you can get Spider-Man 2. Here's God of War, now you want to buy...
The only game, now I might get in some hot water. The only game that I think if somehow Sony could find a way to make it exclusive, the only game I can see that can get people to leave PC to go to PS5 is if it's Grand Theft Auto 6. That is the only way. I'm not talking about a timed exclusive. I mean a full-blown exclusive. That is the only way I can see something like that happening.
To get God of War Ragnarok, but it seems...
And then, again, that's still a big maybe.
It's like that just didn't really work. PC gamers were buying the games, they're loving the games, they're cheerleading the games, they're modding the games, but at the same time, they already have a really powerful PC. They're not going to buy a $600, $700 PlayStation 5
Exactly. I think it's one of the smartest things I've ever heard you say.
Pro, right? They don't have that same like fire inside them because in a way they think, well, the games will come eventually. And it sounds like, according to new leadership, they're now ready to pull back towards this PC push, particularly when it comes to first-player, single-player titles. I guess maybe it was just too
Well, I mean, that would make the sense.
expensive, or maybe in a way, they weren't seeing that feedback that maybe...
I don't think it was too expensive. You were probably on the money when you said that they thought they were gonna migrate people from PC over there, which it didn't happen.
they actually desired. Like, think about how they handle exclusives. Sony does not release a lot of PlayStation exclusives, especially in the last couple of years. When we do, they're incredibly good, like Ghost of Yotei or Astrobot, but even when that game sells something like, let's say 5, 6, 7 million copies, right? Let's say 7 million copies of Ghost of Yotei have sold. That to them is incredibly valuable because how many of that is new players? How many of that is people that bought a PlayStation 5 to play that experience? And
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think that a lot of the games are going to cause people to buy a PlayStation to play them. I'm sorry to sit here and tell you that, Dreamcast guy. It's obvious most people bought the PS5 so they could play the ball and gun games, like the new term that people want to take as.
now they're locked into the ecosystem, meaning that, hey, every future game, we're going to get it cut. First party or third party. Every game you buy is now through us. Whereas if you're playing it on Steam, yeah, we're happy we got $70 out of you, but Valve got a cut, and now Valve's going to keep getting a cut. We want to make sure that you're contained in the PlayStation ecosystem. But the one exception to that, of course, is live service.
Oh, of course, they have to put the live service on other platforms. That's just a given.
Sony is very dead set on this idea of trying to make their own version of Fortnite.
And so they should. It's definitely better to put live service games. Now, when it comes to the first player titles, I understand if they want to keep them exclusive, but technically it's better for the consumer if they can be on multiple platforms.
Just everybody wants some sort of live service. So games like Marathon.
No, we do not want some type of live service.
I am actually going to be playing the Marathon beta. Starts here in 30 minutes. I'm going to be doing a video about the Marathon beta this afternoon. But
nobody really cares. We really do not care.
stuff like Marathon, that new Horizon Zero Dawn, like weird game, that like multiplayer stuff is still going to be on PC. And maybe some of that will even trickle over to Xbox. But clearly the main focus...
Oh, it will. There's no doubt. They will sit here. Most likely they're going to put Marathon. They put Helldivers on Xbox. Of course they're going to put Marathon.
Is even if like there's little partnerships, some of the stuff may still be on third party, but anything that's made by Sony Studios like Sony Santa Monica, it now is only going to be exclusive. And
until they see that the sales aren't up there. We'll see how long that one lasts, Dreamcast guy. Personally, I don't really care when it comes to exclusives. You know, they don't bother me. But I understand that it's better for the consumer to have them on all the platforms. It makes it better for the consumer.
I think this kind of makes sense because I think it's just hard to deny the fact that PlayStation is now the default console. And honestly, I think Sony appreciates the fact that...
I don't know about that one anymore. The Switch 2 is handling Resident Evil 9 very well. Just saying on that one.
That they just don't have to do that much work. Their system has sold so much that if you want a next-gen console with the best optimized games, they're all on PlayStation, or in this case, PlayStation 5 Pro. Like right now,
I mean, there were games that were not optimized best. We all remember Doom the Dark Ages, remember? Reforged was throwing a temper tantrum that it wasn't optimized the best for PS5 Pro.
Now, I do have a review going up tomorrow for Resident Evil Requiem. I have been playing it, but there's weird.
I somehow do not believe you. I do believe that you do play the games eventually, but I do not believe that you play and beat them to get those out that quickly. If it took you 2 weeks after the game came out to release it, then I would believe you actually would.
Embargo stuff. This version of the game is insane. It's
okay, well, there's an embargo stuff that maybe he did get an early review code, and it is possible he played a significant amount to be able to review it.
photorealistic. I mean, the graphics literally practically defy the imagination. It just looks so good, and it's weird to think that it looks best on PlayStation 5 Pro. This is not
I thought someone said it was looking best on PC. Just saying.
because of Sony tools or Sony developers. It's that they're getting a return on investment. Developers know, okay, if we put in an extra $5 million, $10 million of development cost to make it look extra incredible on PlayStation 5, that's where most players will. We'll sell hundreds of thousands, if not millions of extra copies. So Sony is in this weird spot when they think, okay, is it really worth trying to meet people on their side? Is it really worth trying to actually spend all this extra money porting, all this extra development time to put a external port out there on PC or even Xbox or Nintendo Switch, when really at this point, we might as well go back to the closed garden approach.
Of course you would want them to go back to the closed garden approach. It's not like you're looking out for the consumer. You're just saying that, oh my God, that's an amazing thumbnail. I know I just lost track of what I was going to say. What I was going to do is benefit you because you can be all, hey, Daddy Sony, look at me. I'll let you go and dry. That's what you're doing right now. You're just being a little pick-me.
The PlayStation 4, a lot of people kind of forget this now, but Sony was obsessively closed ecosystem. They didn't even want you to be able to play with people on other platforms, which meant that for literally the first couple of years that Fortnite existed, you could only play with literally, like Nintendo Switch people could play with Xbox people, could play with PC people. PlayStation 4 was in its own separate bubble. And in a way that very much worked. It took them years to start to let those walls
Yes, it worked up until the PS5. Now it hasn't been working. They're not selling that way anymore.
down. And I kind of think they're about to bring those walls back up. But I want to talk about
And we all know that you're just coping, or you're just like sitting here on the edge, all excited, aren't you?
this Jason Schreier clip, because over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, people think that
There you go, rumor. You just said it. You said earlier that it's a leak, and now you're saying rumor. Good. Well, gaming leaks and rumors. We all know that it's a rumor. Oh my God, that's in him. He makes some of the best faces. Can we at least give Dreamcast guy a round of applause? He makes amazing faces when it comes to the pause. Just look at that face. Oh my God, that's awesome.
there's an extra bit to this. Jason Schreier says,
I don't even have to have AI make him look stupid. He does it all on its own.
pulling away from single-player PC ports, it's not speculation, but sometimes topics come up on the show, and before I'm quite ready to publish a story about them. More to come soon. So basically,
So there you go. It's a rumor.
it sounds like he's already writing it, but Jason Schreier is very obsessive in his wording. He's very meticulous about framing like business mergers and motivations. He doesn't want to just, tweet it out. He'd rather make a clear, concise, here's the story and why you should care. So it sounds like he's still cooking that up. But people are pointing out the fact that this is probably part of another thing. You can see Sneeko SO also chimed in.
And what is it a part of? Can you please? Who the hell is Sneaker SO? Are we supposed to know who the hell this person is? Can you at least explain, Dreamcast guy? God damn, you're boring me, and I'm forgetting I'm even reacting to you.
Sneeko SO has done a lot of very good leaks about hardware stuff, and basically he's saying, yep, they're pulling back. And here I think completely nails the other part.
Oh my God, let's hear. Oh my God, that's another pause thing. Let's hear it. Please explain. How does this reveal it?
Part of the discussion that sort of changes how this was probably discussed when Sony first had the meetings about
Oh, we got Power Man UK. Good afternoon. How you doing, man?
going to PC. PC was this separate ecosystem. PC is over here, consoles over here.
No shit. We didn't know that.
We have this console competition, we've got PC competition. But now, this next generation, the lines are starting to get blurred. There's talks that the next Xbox will in fact be able to play Steam games, which means that
yes, that is the talk, which is going to benefit Xbox probably. I don't know. Will it benefit Xbox?
Sony is in a spot where maybe
Well, they're probably going to sell that thing for a profit, so they're definitely going to benefit from it.
they're thinking, okay, it's not worth spending millions of dollars of our own money, our own investment, our own time, our limited developers. Putting those games onto PC means now we're putting them on Xbox.
I don't really think they care. If they care so much, why did they put Helldivers 2 or Helldivers 2 on Xbox? Because I'm pretty positive. Am I wrong? Can you guys let me know down in the chat? Did they put it on Xbox? I thought they did.
Direct competitor. And I still don't think the next Xbox is even coming out, but that's something they do have to account for.
My guy, there's already an Xbox where they can play PlayStation games on. It's the Xbox ROG Ally X.
Is that they can't lock it out. They can't say, hey, make this not work on Xbox. And those videos of people booting up Spider-Man 3 in 4K, super widescreen, crazy supports on an Xbox would look bad. I do think that would kind of make some people say, okay, why didn't I buy an Xbox then? And also, the Steam machine.
I don't think that people are wondering why they didn't buy an Xbox. Has anybody realistically ever heard anybody say that? Please tell me.
I still think, some people are saying the Steam machine will be irrelevant to the console market. I still think, you see a lot of people hate.
When it comes to the Steam machine, it's all going to depend on the price. You know, he's skipping over that because he doesn't want to get hate. That's why he's doing it.
On the Steam machine, people are hyping the Steam machine up too much. It's a needle mover.
I mean, in the beginning, people were hyping it up. I'll agree with that one, but not really now. We don't even know when it's coming out. So who's hyping it up now? Well, that was 5 months ago, so that probably was correct.
For the niche communities. Look, ignore that person. I think the Steam machine
Then why'd you read it? What's the point of you reading it then?
is going to be an absolute interesting game changer. And
I agree. It could be a game changer. It's just all going to depend on the price.
again, the Steam machine plays every Steam game. And I think, again, having these big, crazy, expensive AAA single-player stories that sell PlayStations, and now you could see it somewhere else, I do think that tells a lot of people PlayStation doesn't matter. I think,
You know, that actually makes some sense. It makes you wonder. Let's say for a second that PlayStation is thinking about going back to their full exclusivity thing. Do you might think that they're actually threatened by the Steam machine? Do you think that they're viewing the Steam machine as like a console to them and they're looking at that as competition? Do you think that might be possible?
that the stories, playing these games, sitting on your couch and seeing these crazy awesome plot twists and cool cutscenes and really nice set pieces like old school Uncharted, that sells systems. And if they
It does, but it hasn't been selling the PS5 as of late.
see that, but you're holding an Xbox controller or you're playing that Steam controller, I think that does tell people, okay, I can play those games eventually on other platforms. I'm fine waiting. And Sony's getting
Yeah, there are many people that are waiting. How many times am I waiting for games and I got all three. I'm not even including Xbox. I got PC, I got Nintendo, and I got PlayStation.
afraid of that. That's just my 2 cents, though. How do you feel about the idea of Sony pulling back from PC?
Power Mad UK, I heard a few say they wish they hadn't got an Xbox, but they normally comment how they wish they had a PlayStation or PC. Oh, I bet Power Mad UK. Yeah, that's what you probably heard.
and going back to fully being exclusives on one platform. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
I'll give it a thumbs down. And I wonder, does it trigger you as much as it does Player Essence when you do? All right, guys, so we may have one more video to do, and it's going to depend on you guys, okay? So before we do this, because we got to talk about some stuff, which most of you probably already know. Most of you have been waiting the whole stream for me to talk about it. So, but let's read the comments real quick. Okay. Why are these people talking? Oh, wait, already. All right, we're not that far. PC players will never go to a box. I agree. Rumors, Dreamcast guy, exactly. Yeah, but I was on consoles for years since beginning of my gaming and still enjoy PC too. There you go. I enjoy both of them. I enjoy both console and PC. So do I, Water Demon Girl. So do I. I have a PS5 disc edition. So do I. I'm okay. And an Xbox Series X. Well, I don't have an Xbox Series X. I don't want to buy one. Yeah, I have the disc version of the PS5 so I can use my PS4 games. There you go. Nah, I don't like live service. Single player is better. I agree. I do love Marvel Rivals. That's as far as I go. But that's also because I'm a Marvel fan. That's the biggest reason why. ABS Reforged died in a marathon tutorial to a bot. I can believe that one. I can't stand live service games. Like I said, I love Marvel Rivals, but that's the only live service game you'll ever see me play. I've just never been big into them. I'm not a ball and gun gamer. Nah, I hate MP games. What's MP games? Please explain. SP games for me. Oh, multiplayer games. Okay, yep. Single player games. Yep, I had a brain fart. Yeah, the only live service game I enjoy is Helldivers 2. Other than that, I enjoy single player. I have never played Helldivers 2. In live service games, you only have cheaters, aimbotters, wall hacks, radar hacks. I can believe it. Live service is dying. Look at Concord. Well, I mean, that's a very poor example. Marathon and High Guard. I mean, Marathon, I don't think it's going to be like Concord or High Guard. I think Marathon's going to be a little bit more successful, but only time's going to tell. Not to mention the others that are coming out. True, there's just too many. I like platformers, fighters, cozy games, and retro games. You know, I may like cozy games. I thought I wasn't going to, but I played an indie one. I actually had fun with it. Reforge also struggles at Leon's part in the hospital. I can believe it. Oh, and flying shooters like Star Fox. That's a good one too. He finds all, what about RPGs, Hyperstar Cage? How can you forget RPGs? He finds all games insane that he gets for free. Yeah, I can believe it. Dude, read the room, Dreamcast guide. It's still a rumor, exactly. It's called crossplay. You already can play with other people. Very true. Saying PlayStation is now the default console is crazy. I know, right? This is just my opinion, but Xbox is a boring console, and those Xbox games are now on PC and PlayStation. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, exactly. That's a good face cut. I know, right? You give him credit. He is so animated. I know, right? You got to give him credit. He is so animated. I know, he is perfect. Jason Schroyer is a hack. I don't know who that is. The faces are priceless. Exactly. Dreamcast guy doesn't address the other problems if Sony stops putting games on PC. He doesn't address the problem. They stop putting games on PC. The consumers will face PlayStation's bad return policy. That is true. But with the 80 something or 90 something million people that bought the PS5, I don't think they really care about that. Yes, it's a platform war, not exclusive war. Exactly. Man, this is crap. This is just like Home Depot and other. Okay. The Steam machine is a computer. I kind of disagree. It's not a full-blown computer, for being honest, but it definitely acts like a computer at times. Well, we don't know. It's not even out yet. We have no idea what it's going to be like. I was hyped. Yep. Fanboy logic is always crap. Very true. While Steam has the better return policy, that is true. That's one of the problems that Dreamcast guy doesn't address. The other issue is that Sony is tired of the backlash they were receiving on their games. Now, I know that Steam has that return policy, but does Epic and GOG also have the return policy too, the same way? I've heard a few say that they wish they hadn't got. Oh, I read that one. Does he think every PlayStation game is supposed to sell hardware? I think he does. Yeah, me too. PC, Switch, OLED, PS5. There you go. He needs to stop saying it's just my 2 cents. I know, right? Dreamcast guy is such a shill. Yep. Does he have 2 cents? Probably not. Like, this is how some people have Power Mad. No, he used them to. Yeah, okay. Come on, guys. We don't need to be. There's no need to drop the drug names in the chat. Okay, guys. Yeah, me too. If I didn't enjoy it, I don't have all consoles. Yep. Like, PC ain't that bad, but when people have issues about okay. Deborah, you are on this emulation stuff. The only multiplayer game I played for 20 years is WoW. There you go. Alrighty. Oh, I do like RPG games. There you go. Wait, Epic has a return policy? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Okay, so I'm assuming most of you guys might know, but there is another salt miner called Gara of the Rage. Now, I made a video on Friday. Was it Friday or was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. No, it was Saturday. There was a video that came out Saturday saying Steam got cooked because of their new lawsuit. I explained my position in the video. I stated that I do not like microtransactions. I have always been against them. Even before I've done that video, I said how predatory that those microtransactions are. I have blasted sports games to hell and back because they are so egregious. So when I found out that someone is getting sued for those predatory microtransactions, I got extremely excited. Now, I will be responding to Gara because Gara decided to react to my video, which doesn't really make any sense because he's supposed to be doing salt content where he's reacting to salty fanboys that are being, well, they're either being salty or they're anti-consumer. I was being neither. And I don't even know what kind of fanboy you can call me. Okay, you can't call me a PC fanboy because I blast PC. You can't call me a Nintendo fanboy because all the videos I made about Nintendo will say otherwise. Same thing with PlayStation. I've said multiple times that Xbox is pretty much dead. They're not even a part of the conversation anymore. So I don't even know what type of fanboy I am. I wasn't going against any type of pro-consumership, so I have no idea why Gara decided to react to my video. And the thing is, we're supposed to be a part of the same community together. Rorschach, what's your opinion, ABS? Do you like Madden or the college football games? I do not like Madden. I do not like games that are riddled with those terrible predatory microtransactions. That's why I've always made fun of them. The college football game, I heard that is not as bad, but I lost my train of thought. So, So me and Gara, we're supposed to be part of the same community. We're supposed to be part of the Salt community. And the thing is, when you're a part of the same community, you should probably reach out to them before you decide to even respond to their video that way. So I find it a little bit disrespectful. But you know what? I am not free from criticism. So I will be, you're a consumer fanboy. Yeah, exactly, Water Demon Girl. So yes, it was about the Steam lawsuit, Mario. Yes, it was. I saw the reaction. I watched the whole thing. Okay, I'm not going to react to his reaction because his reaction was like 40 minutes long. And that would just make it way too long. This would make this live stream way too long. But I will be making a video responding back to it because I got a reputation to uphold. So it's probably going to get a little ugly. But do you guys want me to react to one of Gara's videos? Just wondering, out of curiosity, do you guys want to see me do it, or should we just wait for the video to come out that I'm going to make about him reacting to me? Because it's all fair. I like college football games lately when it comes to the teams running onto the field. There you go. So yeah, so I don't know if you guys already know about it, but yeah, Gara did sit here and make that video. Or he didn't make the video, he reacted to it. Angry, but the thing is, Gara's saying you haven't read the full lawsuit, especially the age verification he brought up. Well, Elemental Hero, the age verification has nothing to do with this lawsuit. That's the thing. The age verification is irrelevant. That's the thing. It's all irrelevant. Yes, both. Go for it. Okay. So we're just going to react to his Pokemon one.
And be sure to watch. Tomorrow I'm going to have like two videos that I'm going to be talking about.
Nope, no one cares. Alrighty, let's get on with it.
You know I'm late to the discussion about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I did that
Better late than never, Gara. Yeah, I was in that live stream. I was shocked to see him talk about you in the video. I kind of want to hear from both two sides. I guess I was curious, but I understand. Do you want? But I say fight back if you thing is what is right. I wasn't mad, just confused. I understand. Pokemon, oh boy, I know, right?
Purposely, because I wanted to wait for all the information to come out about it, see what is provided to us, and then I wanted to make up my mind. And I thought to myself, yeah, I've definitely made up my mind on this one. And let me tell you something.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, trust me, there is plenty of criticism about this game, but I'm willing to hear it. Let's hear it out.
This is garbage. You're telling me, Nintendo and Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, that you guys didn't do the extra effort of adding like extra things into this? Instead of like, I don't know, oh, let's take the ROM file, slap it onto the freaking eShop, and we just call it a day. Now I know what everybody's saying.
I mean, it's only $20, Gara. It's really not that deep.
Alright, you don't even know what the game's gonna be like. You're just...
And technically, no, because they do have the event Pokemon, so wouldn't that mean they didn't just slap the ROM file on there?
fucking hating on Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. Fuck it, I've heard it all about a freaking...
I understand, Mario. Not too much drama, or not too much into drama. I kind of like watching you both. That's understandable.
1,000 times. You know what? Let me go ahead and show you why I consider this game to be just absolute trash. Even just for even modern standards these days. See,
I mean, this isn't a full-fledged game. This is $20, which is half the price what it was at launch.
Here's a little FAQ that Nintendo came out with for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. So it goes like this. Are these the original versions of the games? Have they been enhanced or modified in any way? Some specifications may
Yeah, and we had a chance to buy the game. Now, at least you're not pretending like you bought it and then reviewing the damn thing.
differ, but broadly speaking, the contents of Pokemon Fire Red version and Leaf Green version are the same as the games in the original release. So meaning they haven't changed.
I mean, technically they're not the exact same because at least you get the same events and everything. And they did up the visuals a bit.
Any of the big problems that the game has had for fucking years. Like, I don't know, maybe adding some more Pokemon into this game that's in the current gen. Like,
Sure, that would have been awesome. But again, Gara, it's only $20.
you know, this game is up for 3rd gen, so they could add, like, I don't know, maybe more fire Pokemon into the fucking game. Like, really? Like, only in this fucking route, you could probably, like, in, what is it, Pokemon Fire Red, you could only find, like, what is it? Arcanine and Growlithe as your fire type? God knows where Magmar is. Like, that
Yeah, unfortunately, they chose not to bring it over. That's the unfortunate part. Yeah, all of those would have been amazing to have in. But again, this is $20. This isn't like a full-fledged release. I honestly thought they were going to charge $40 and do what they did with the Mario Galaxy bundle. I thought they were going to charge each $40 and maybe bundle it together for $70. That's what I thought they were going to do.
that's the only fire types you could possibly find in the game. If you just don't want to pick Charmander. But it gets interesting. Due to the differences in hardware, the following features operate differently. Whereas the game's connectivity features require the Game Boy Advance Game Link cable or Game Boy Advance wireless adapter on the Game Boy Advance system. Those features can now be enjoyed on Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch via built-in local wireless connection.
Yes, you got the local wireless. They should have had online. That is very true. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that one.
As with the games played on the Switch 2 in general, Pokemon Fire Red version, Pokemon
Hyperstar Cage, Bagara makes good points that there's news about something, people should do their own research on it. Well, I did do my own research on it, Hyperstar Cage. That's the thing. He claims I didn't, but he never shows any proof. All he does is bring up the lawsuit about the age verification, which is 2 different lawsuits. Then they come up with their own conclusion on it. No perfect, but no free from criticism. I agree, Hyperstar Cage, but the problem was there was no criticism. There was no real criticism. Like we all know what it was. He just didn't like that I went after Steam. That's all it was.
Leaf Green version can be enjoyed while using the game chat feature. Okay, fuck the game chat feature.
I agree. The game chat feature, fuck the game chat feature.
Really, Nintendo? You couldn't even bother to, I don't know, I can't blame the Pokemon Company or Game Freak. Either one in this situation. But you're
It's both of them. They both own the IP, so it's both of them.
fucking telling me that you thought it was a good idea to do the local wireless connection instead of like doing an online connection so we can all
I agree. They should have done the online. I still don't think that it's a deal breaker to where, because the game, again, is only $20.
connect to each other, trade Pokemon with each other, battle with Pokemon with each other. Like, that's the best you can fucking do, Nintendo? Really? You're a multi-billion-dollar company, and you barely put effort into this? 10 out of 10. This is the most Nintendo fucking
I agree. It was definitely a lazy cash grab, but again, it's $20. It's not that bad.
thing I've happened seeing in a while.
Hyperstar Cage, it was personal bias like I was thinking. It was.
And you know what? I'm throwing the Pokemon Company under the bus, too. Like, they deserve to be thrown right under it. Because you're telling me I have to go out and communicate with another person.
Yes, unfortunately, if you want to be able to trade, you got to do what we did back in the day. Now, I'm probably older than Gara is, but back in the day, we had to go out and touch grass. Is it unfortunate? Yes, because they should have had online trading. There's no doubt about it. Again, I'm not a completionist. I don't care about owning all the Pokemon, so it's not a deal breaker to me. $20 is not a big deal. I would buy this over SMG 1 and 2. My problem is not the price, but instead, why didn't they make a collection of Gen 1 where you can play every version of Gen 1? Well, the reason why Blazing Powers is because Fire Red and Leaf Green is technically the definitive edition of the Gen 1 games. These ones are far better.
probably in their 30s too, mind you. I got to talk to another 30-year-old and say,
Well, I'm 36.
hey, you know, this Pokemon here, right here, you know, like my Abra, you know, he just recently evolved into a Kadabra. Yeah, I need you to, like, trade me it so I could evolve it into an Alakazam.
I mean, unfortunately, that's how it was back in the day. They're not remaking it. These aren't remasters or anything. You guys got to understand, if they were going to remake a remaster, they would have charged way more money, and then it still would have been complaining. I think booster pack from Pokemon Trading Card and Yu-Gi-Oh! And other trading cards are just predatory as loot boxes. Oh, they probably are. There's just Crystal Star discussion, but I'm not a trading card game channel. I'm a gaming channel. So that's why because he did bring that one up constantly in his criticism, but you got to understand, why would I, as a gaming channel, do content on the TCG and Yu-Gi-Oh? It makes no sense. Why?
That's the only way you're going to be able to fucking do it. Unless, because this part right here kind of brings a smile to my face. You know, there's a chance that you could actually use an emulator on your PC to trade the Pokemons back and forth, right?
What you were seeing
You might be able to. I don't know if you actually can, because if you want to be, I mean, yeah, they actually might be able to. So there you go. Problem solved.
here is one of the most impactful things to ever happen to the Pokemon franchise.
Oh, thank you, Phantom Rust Ocean, for subscribing. Thank you so much.
And no one is talking about it. It's something that could drive down the price of retro Pokemon games, and also for some people, give
I don't think he's going to drive the price. Come on. This is Game Freak after all. You think this is going to drive down the prices? Come on. You're living in a delusional land. Whoever this person that Gara put on here, if you actually think emulation is going to drive the price of Pokemon games down, where have you been? You've been able to emulate most of the Pokemon games, well, not most of them, all the Pokemon games from the Switch 1. You didn't drive those prices down. They're still expensive.
them no need to wait for Game Freak to re-release.
Oh, I understand their Crystal Star discussion. Trust me, if someone asked me, hey, do I think that is predatory for TCG? Sure. But there's no reason for me to make a video on it because I'm not a TCG channel. I am a gaming channel. That's what I am.
GBA or DS Pokemon games. Because for the first time ever, with absolutely no modding of either phone or console needed, Pokemon Core using an emulator on a phone can now directly trade with official Nintendo DS hardware and software.
There you go. That would be an amazing thing if that happened. I'm all for that.
Now, a lot of you may be asking, Gara, how do you know for a fact it's being emulated? Well, if you've ever used an emulator for GBA games, well, you know a certain sounds that come out of them. And
I'll take your word on that. I've never used an emulator for GBA. Usually I don't go back and play GBA games.
spoiler alert, somebody's already got their hands on early access to the game.
Water Demon Girl, TCG scene is ridiculous and you need an insane amount of money to make a deck. That way you want competition. Former Magic player here. Oh, I bet.
Guess what? It sounds exactly like it's using an emulator, meaning that big spoiler alert, that might be a big ass flaw in Nintendo security for the Nintendo Switch 2. And spoiler alert, it's going to be easy for people on PC to access it because you know what all they have to do is
Oh, that'll be an amazing thing. Then I want the Switch 2 to get hacked because that's the way we can hold the county or the companies accountable. We all remember the bullshit excuse that the Game Freak used to say, oh, we can't give us the national decks for Sword and Shield because we have to remake all the avatars or all the models. Come to find out that was a lie.
all they have to do is get a certain emulator that can collect the data straight off of the fucking Switch 2, port it over to PC, find the security flaws within the Switch 2. Guess what? It's going to be a fucking cubic ninja all over fucking again. Yeah, if you were
Oh, and it could happen. You never know. Like I said, I want the thing to get hacked. I'm not against the system getting hacked.
there during the 3DS era, you know what I mean by cubic ninja. And I can hear a lot of people already saying in the comment section, yet again, but Gara, they don't know how to exploit Pokemon Fire Red. That's been an very old game. You're stupid. No, you're really fucking dumb if you really truly think that. Because you know what though? Because the modding community, I want you to take a bit of a guess what their favorite ROM is to mess with and how they built their game.
I'm going to take a wild guess. It's a Pokemon one, the Emerald one, if I remember correctly.
on top of that. Like all the games like Radical Red, all those games. Take a guess. Take a guess what Pokemon game they've been fucking around with for over the past fucking decade. Take a guess. Pokemon Fire Red.
I called it. How did I know? Why I already watched this video.
They've been exploiting that thing and modifying it, making new ROM hacks every single fucking year. They've been doing that over and over and over again. So you're fucking telling me putting that game up on there is not going to be easy for them to exploit and get through all the fucking security software?
Oh, it probably is. Only time's going to tell. We'll have to find out.
Really? You sure about that? You might want to think twice.
Jasper Smack, this is Garo the Rage's video on his Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm just reacting to it because he chose to react to one of my videos.
And let me tell you something. If this actually turned out to be true, I would be shitting myself laughing like fucking crazy. Because you know what? Their cash cow over here just gave like the biggest gap opening for hackers and modders to go straight into the Switch 2 and just fuck everything up. It would just be...
Only time's gonna tell. You sound so sure of yourself there. I know nothing about the modding and hacking scene. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Let's see what he's gonna say.
Fucking game and, you know, have that terrible refund policy. So if they don't like the fucking game, they could just tell them to go fuck themselves.
Why wouldn't they like the game, Gara? People that are gonna buy it, they most likely have already played it. So why wouldn't they like the game? It's no, if they like it from before, they're gonna like it now here.
Because you're not getting your money back because, well, we're Nintendo. So in the next segment right here.
I mean, there's only one company that really or there's only one platform that gives you an amazing refund. That's Steam, that I think of.
Basically it says, why are you handling the classic games differently? In celebration of 30 years of Pokemon, we thought it would be fun to return to the ultimate versions of the original.
It is. We've all been begging for these games to come to modern hardware. We've been wanting that to come. So we're happy. I mean, it's only $20, like I keep saying.
Pokemon Adventures in the Kanto region with these special releases. And you know what? This follow-up question is actually pretty fucking nice. If these titles are meant to celebrate 30 years of Pokemon, why are you re-releasing the original Pokemon Blue version and Pokemon Red versions?
Well, these games are better. Fire Red and Leaf Green is better than Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue. That's just a fact.
That launched 30 years ago. We thought the users would appreciate the ultimate versions of these original Pokemon adventures, which add various features and upgrades to the contents of Pokemon Red version and Pokemon Blue version. Okay, let's be fucking honest here for a second, Nintendo and Pokemon Company. The upgraded versions with all these upgraded features that you have in Pokemon Fire Red, I doubt most of the people.
C-Stars Piplup, I prefer to play ROM hacks of Pokemon personally. I understand there's nothing wrong with that at all. I am not against people using emulation, never have been.
Would fucking use in the first place. Let's be honest here. TGTV? Who the fuck is going to use TGTV and Pokemon Fire Red? Why the fuck do we need to learn more stuff that we learn
what the hell are you talking about now? Now I'm all confused.
Along to playing the fucking game. Like right. TMs are one. Next part right here was a huge red flag for me, basically telling me Nintendo and the Pokemon Company just could not fucking bother. They just barely did the bare minimum of letting you connect locally to everybody.
I mean, I wouldn't even say they did the bare minimum here, but again, it's $20.
And a certain area, and that's it. That's all they fucking did. Why are different versions of the game being released for each language?
Oh my God, this one is the most dumbest thing ever, really. I'm sorry, Gar, but you're going to complain about that. How many languages do you really need? Most of us are only ever going to play in one language.
Shouldn't all languages be selectable within a single version, as with other games? Okay. The game...
I don't really care when it comes to the whole language stuff. It's pointless, guys.
Press all of that into a fucking ROM, which people who have been doing ROM hacks have been doing this for fucking price. Because you know what? The past couple years with the Pokemon games, they've been extremely lazy. And before some Nintendo comes into my comment section, you wouldn't do a PlayStation or Xbox in the same fucking yes, I would. I would be ripping their fucking heads off. Like if Xbox...
Oh, he would be. Gar definitely would. He definitely would be. All right, I thought this video was going to be way worse than what it was, but apparently it wasn't. Well, guys, I will have that video out next time. it wasn't much of a reaction. For some reason, someone told me he said something differently, and I thought that he did, but apparently he didn't. It turns out most of the time I just agreed with him. I think Nintendo separates the languages so they could avoid ESRB or European re-ratings. Oh, that's exactly what they were doing. But again, Mario, I only care about one language. I don't know about you. I only care about the one language. The 10 tard, let's go. Exactly. All right, guys. It was an amazing stream. Thank you guys so much. I will be having that video out Wednesday or Thursday, responding back to Gara. So if a lot of you guys get mad, I'm sorry ahead of time. But until next time, guys, I will see you guys next week. I can't wait. Bye-bye.
I'm the angry vigilante here to fight the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Solve content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil. You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hunting salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilantes calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Smith's lost in Nintendo's dream, delusional faith blinded by the gleam. Defends every flaw like it's a sacred cause, but his blind devotion's just breaking laws. Player SS brings no honor or pride, throws family shade when he's running to hide. No integrity, just bitterness and spite, but the vigilante's here to set it right. We're hiding salty tears, tearing down the walls. Fanboys falling fast, hear the vigilante's calls. No fake reviews, no corporate lies, just truth and fire burning in our eyes. Cast guys, fake words can't hold the line. Sony fanboys smoke, but his reviews don't shine. Switch for shields, the corporate game, selling hype and spin while we call out the shame. Dark trays and Nintendo fanboys stuck on repeat, says the same old lines like a broken beat.